What is up, everybody? Something Turkey Day, you know the drill. Anyway, so they added a interlude for Jalter that has a million and we crashed. Okay, feels good. Anyway, it has 1,000,000 HP, which would be a useful stage, but it's a saber and it's an AoE boss, so it's basically just Richard again. But we'll mess around with it and see like how much damage it does, etc., etc. They force you to bring Jalter, but I know a Chinese strategist that can take care of that problem. Alright, yeah, it doesn't have any buffs connected to it, so... Not gonna lie, I'm tempted to roll for Moriarty, but with Lost Belt 7 around the corner, I feel like I shouldn't. I don't actually have the mats to level him anyway, but I really do like Moriarty, so it's a call. Just, yeah, they might add a new Lodestar, you know, like main stories when they're the most likely to add stuff I care about, so I don't know. I actually have no idea what Jalter's story is about. It's kind of random they gave her one. I think Moriarty got one as well, which has to do with like Holmes dying or something. Alright, let's see. Right, so you have to summon a support. So you either fight the stage with the unit from the support, or you have to summon a Qin Gong, which it's pretty hard to find Qin Gongs like that. Let's see, who do we want to try then? Should have gotten on my ults because they have a level 1 Qin Gong, but I need to put them on an emulator actually, I think. What to use? There's always been K. Legula. You know what? Let's see, do we have a burn? Fuck, I don't think that applies burn. So we got Yanks to E, but no burn. What else we got here? No archers, that'll be too easy. Unless this boss is secretly harder than I expect. Hilda. Another Richard there. Interesting Lancelot there with the command codes. Man, that's a really old craft essence right there. You know what though, let's do it. It's not particularly good CEs, but or CCs. Oh wait, I can use mine, I bet. Yeah. Do that. And Gong, K-Scope. Alright, I think we're good to go. I don't think this stage has any trash mobs in it, so that's kind of nice. Yeah, I think we got Road to Lost Belt 6, or Road to Lost Belt 7 with the Lost Belt 6 part of it. And then maybe Christmas and then Lost Belt 7 or something like that. Roughly what I expect them to do. Maybe we'll get some advanced quests in the meantime. Okay, taunt. Do I want to do the stars per turn? Probably wait until next turn. Man, I got an awesome hand for Lancelot, but I can't really use it. You know what? Actually, I will do this. It wastes maybe one turn of the crit buff, but it sets us up really nice in the next turn. Cat, what if the Lost Belt 7 adds a 3-star that is a budget quick support that's an FP summon? That'd be pretty hype. Okay, it looks like its damage is very similar to Richard's. Maybe it doesn't cast skills as much, though. Copium added again? Yeah, maybe. I mean, they gotta do it eventually. I mean, they really, like, how are they not gonna add it eventually, right? Like, it's actually incredibly weird we don't have one already. I think I'm gonna, well, I got 40, 90. I think we'll just take that. Good rainbow chain, but we'll go with the art. What if it's Dumas? I think we'll have to wait a bit for that. I do think we're gonna get some Fate Train fake people though before the books are done. But probably not until next year at least. Hey Arjuna, thank you for the 54 months. I don't, did we crit? Looking at chat for a second there, I'm not sure we crit. God damn. Dumas makes sense for a quick support or battery or just raw NP. You got one crit? Okay. Well, that did not quite loop. Shit. I think we rainbow. Art's the least important. I'm actually gonna put quick third because I just want to make more stars. See if I can crit again next turn to like double art crit or something. This is probably harder than Richard though because he NPs quicker and he doesn't seem to buff as much. But he's got less ticks before an NP. This is really tempting to rainbow chain here that crits would be better. I'm not gonna loop either way, so I'm gonna do it. No drinking and driving now, Arjuna. And those damage plus debuffs are actually kind of meaty. Oh, he drains your NP. Don't care for that. I want a rainbow chain. This crit spread is about as good as it's gonna get, so no reason to do the star absorb. Okay, now we're gonna do I guess the classic. Honestly, with a little bit better crit luck and better command codes and stuff, he could probably get to like 300k. Maybe even slightly farther. The command codes would really help. Don't think I star absorb again. These crit spreads are decent. God, can we crit though? Fuck! At least let me live this turn game. Okay, we're alive. I think we do the star absorb now. You know what? We'll take that 50-40. Okay, honestly, with good command codes and better crit luck, I think we could make it to maybe 200k. Hell, he might even be able to win on a really lucky run. I think if he like a heal boost and the heal would be really helpful here. Maybe a star bomb or something. Yeah, he made it to 330 anyway. Not bad. For how bad of a solo unit Lancelot is, that was pretty good. You know, Ku probably can solo this, actually. We could give that a try, but then I need someone to slot a level 1 Chin Gong with K-Scope. Do that, or I gotta jump on my ult account to do it. Let's see, what would be best for him here? Flat damage isn't too bad. Anti-dragon is probably better, though. Wait a minute, we're not fighting a dragon. I'm too focused on Richard. Let me look this thing's traits up. Let's see. Jalter interlude. What CE will you use? Not that one. Don't bring that in here. Alright, this thing's traits are divine. And that's it. The wiki could be wrong, though. It's wrong pretty often, to be honest. Well, there is an anti-divine command code. We could see if that actually works. What else? Hey, thank you for the raid, man. I appreciate it. I just started streaming. Go with 2-2 on that one, to be honest. But thank you for the raid. Yeah, I appreciate it, dude. Maybe Star Bomb on Buster. Considering, if, you know, we're fighting a Saber, so if we don't crit, we ain't gonna do any damage. Could bring heal. It's normally not that good on Q, though. Just crit down. I'm leaning towards a Star Bomb, though. Yeah, let's go with the Star Bomb. What are we using right now? Alright, we'll do the Arjuna one. I'm not sure if we'll win this or not. We're gonna fight a Saber with a Lancer and, got 1,000,000 HP, so it's a bit tough. Alright, hold on. I think I gotta jump at my ult account, though, so I can slot a level 1 Qingong to yeet the Jalter. I don't think anyone here has one, so let me do that real quick. Hopefully, oh fuck, that's right. I actually don't have my ult account on any... I don't have it on my phone, and I don't have it on my, on an emulator right now. So I gotta do that real quick. God damn it. If Lost was here, he would have a level 1 Chin, but I don't think anyone else does. Account management stream, let's go. Esports Odysseus. I actually do have an Odysseus, I think, on my main. Oh god, chat. I have to install FGO over here, and then I have to put in the bind code and all that. Okay, while I do that, like on the side, let's just use someone else's unit. So in the meantime, I can use my Qingong. It's either that or we just bring a filler unit. Right, like I bring my Qingong, we summon someone's like George. Because the problem is, you know, I have Qingong, it's not an issue. The problem is you force you to bring a support, right? So, yeah, I guess we just bring a filler George. But, I mean, that's not that big of a deal considering how it's Lancer versus a Saber, but... Okay, if we wanted to get really meta here... Okay, you know what? I'm doing it. Because, again, we're fighting a Saber, so I don't feel bad about this. Okay, hold up. Let's grab a burn command code. Hey, Ziggy. Alright. I think we bring 2 burn command codes here. We'll do... We might cut this. Okay, well I know I'm cutting that. There's a burn star bomb here. Where is it? There's so many command codes now. Okay, I'm pretty sure the dot ones are down here. Yeah, this is really getting out of hand, how many command codes there are. Okay, somehow we don't have... Oh, there it is, okay. Alright, this needs to be a burn as well. Probably burn crit. I want this to be Star Bomb or the damage. You know, I think Star Bomb. We want to crit as much as possible here. We'll do the Abigail one. Alright. Sucks this interlude costs so much AP. Oh, thanks, Hex. May have to refresh to get it. There we go. Do you have his... Oh, you got MLB. Okay. If you got MLB K-Scope, you don't need his passive. Default or Atlas? I guess Atlas because it's a saber. So, chat. I have spent 10 rare prisms on FP. And then I've spent all of the FP I got from the lottery, and people summoning me and logins and etc, etc. So it's been a lot of FP. And I got like 4 Saber Giliuses. And I actually, at the very end, I got 1 coup. So I only need 1 more to get 120. But yeah, it was, yeah, I've been using rare prisms on FP. That's how desperate I am to get coup coins. Like, it's getting, I mean, it's been almost a year since I got a fucking coup copy, right? So I got some right as, you know, the coin system dropped, and then I think I got some when I rolled on something, right? I rolled on somebody and I got a few coups. But then after that, I just stopped getting them entirely from both FP and, you know, SQ. And I haven't used my SQ in a while now, but still. Yeah, I used it for Gundam, the Gundam dude, and I didn't get any coups, so yeah, not great. I guess quick, it's fine. Do burn first. But yeah, I've been using rare prisms. Dude, I have so many rare prisms though. I mean, I've been playing for so long, and it's not even like, you know, I don't wail, it's just that they give out rare prisms from events now. I don't like a lot of the golds and stuff, so it's just like, and when you get a rerun of a welfare, you get rare prisms. So yeah, I got so many at this point. But yeah, after all that FP, I got 1 coup, and so I need 1 more. That's 15 coins, you need 30 coins, so. Alrighty, this is going to be tough. I think we rainbow chain here, focus on NP gain. Oh yeah, and welfare ascensions get rare prisms. Like, there's a lot of ways to get rare prisms these days, so it's not really, like, back in the day, I probably wouldn't have done it, but nowadays, it's fine, really. Damn it, I didn't get my NP. I think we focus on Star Gen. We'll get our NP either way, so. Really wish that Buster had crit. Yeah, I think we really needed the NP there to just set things up, because I could have already NP'd, and then this turn I'd be critting. Because you're really on a tight timetable here. Okay, quick. The 4 stars in FP, I don't give, they don't give rare prisms. They just give mana prisms. Yeah, they didn't say they weren't going to do reruns. They said they would do them less, which I actually think is a good thing. And honestly, as far as I see it, they really shouldn't ever do reruns. They should just do main interludes and make main interludes better. That way it's like, hey, there's nothing to do. If you want to go do an old event, you can. But hey, if you're busy, you don't want to do that right now, you can just do it later and you're not going to miss out on anything. Also, if you're a new player, you'll have this like backlog of events that you can do and not feel like you're missing out on everything ever, right? I think that's definitely the best way to go about it. Alright, Rainbow Chain, take the 100% crit. Do I need to apply another burn? Not really, so we'll take the extra star. Pretty crazy though that I'm hitting a Saber for 12k. That'd be 24k at neutral. Pretty good. Unfortunately, we are getting a bit destroyed here. Yeah, this guy's definitely harder than Richard, because Q can actually fuck Richard up big time. This thing just attacks a lot more, and it also NPs quicker. And it drains your NP, etc, etc. There's quite a few things against you here. Alright, we will... I guess go for the crits, but the art won't make stars. I'll do it anyway. Yeah, they really need to give people Golden Sumo again, 100%. Also, when this thing crits, it only hits you one time, which isn't a lot of NP gain. When Richard crits, it hits you like 4 times or 3 times or something. Yeah, this guy's absolutely harder than Richard. He's got slightly less HP, but it's still harder, like no question. Well, I mean, Q did pretty damn well for a Lancer, but I don't think he got that. We'll see. Maybe on a stupidly good run, but he's pretty far off here. Like, he'd need to buff right there, then have Guts go off next turn, stuff like that. Alright, our last hurrah. Go for the crits. Purple 100, I like that. Well, let's see if any other Lancers can beat that. We made it to 544. That's pretty easy to remember. Actually, 543. We'll take that dot damage. I actually might have fucked up on that last turn. I may not have been applying the Yang CE. 120 would have won. Could do Canis. Baldy. I don't know if anyone's got a good Baldy slotted. Well, there's a hell of a Canis right there. Is Zaw here? Because he's got Yang CE 0 minutes ago. Alright. Can't pass that up. Look at those stats, man. I don't know if Zaw's even here right now. That might have just been a coincidence. Zaw check, yeah. Let me get my Gong back in here. Like, my second storage is full of, like, so fucking Morgan, dude. But, my second storage is full of a bunch of random golds. I mean, like, look at some of these golds in here. Like, I'm never leveling half of these things. Alright. I got 1 coup, and I didn't just use the FP from the lottery, I actually spent 10 rare prisms on FP as well. And yeah, I got 1. I got like 4 Saber Giliuses though, so you know, that was a thing. Let's see. I think we cast our 3rd skill immediately. Well, no, the boss will only attack the 1 time. Nope, we'll do it. I figure Guts will go up. Well, will Guts go off in 3 turns? I don't know about that. That might have been a mistake now that I think about it. Do I want to cast this? Yep. Pick the stars. Watch me 120 Saber Gilius. That's not happening. Like, that is just not happening. It's not even about the grails, it's not about the coins, it's about the XP. Right? I'm happy to grind that much for, like, a character I give a shit about, but yeah, not Saber Gilius. By the way, the attack down That was so bad. Oh my, it was so bad I have to reset. That was so bad. The attack down did make the boss hit noticeably less hard, but it meant it didn't kill Chin Gong. So he attacked multiple times and pinged off more of our shields, so... No, I didn't say I got rare prisms. I said I spent rare prisms. Okay. So Chin has 1,400 HP. That's kind of shit. Because, like, the boss can hit that hard, but he's probably going to leave Chin at like 1 HP, you know, like 1% HP, then attack again. Time to slightly cheat. I'm doing this because, you know, RNG, is bad enough, so... Is that gonna be enough? 20% defense down, but he gains 400 HP. Do I have another knight that's not leveled as much? Because I don't think you can get the knight anymore. There might be one in my second storage. Fuck. What else could I do? I could do Black Grail. He does 500 damage to himself. Okay, we'll do that. So I'm gonna use a command code or a command spell, the NP, which is cheating, but I just want him to die in one attack because he theoretically could die in one attack, but you'd have to like reset a bunch of times until it happens. So. The reason I wanted the Knight CE is because it lowers your defense, so you'd be more likely to die. Okay, not a particularly good opening hand there. Yeah, that Chin NP damage. Yeah, I prioritized leveling Black Grail even before I had it limit broken because I knew it was one that I'd want up. Because if you need that maximum damage, that's the thing to do. Ooh, he barely killed Chin there. That was close. Why did he attack again? Did I not taunt? I didn't taunt. Nobody knows! Okay. Alright. Alright, game. Fuck, dude. Gotta use another command spell! Huzzah! And watch, it might not kill Chin this time because it barely killed him. That was super close. It's not like I need my CS for anything. Like, I would never use CS for actually hard content, so... I actually wish I could just trade my CS, like, trade 3 CS for 1 bronze mat of your choice. I would do that every 3 days. Absolutely. You could be nice about it though and make it like a gold gym, class gym of your choice. That'd be nice. Yeah, or SQ. Yeah, that'd be fine. I have used CS before when I've made a mistake with farming. You know, like I put the wrong button or something. He died by like 15 HP or something. That was quite close. Alright. We can NP next turn for sure, so I think we go ahead and throw these out. So, Rainbow Chain, I think. kind of want to put quick in the middle so we make more stars for next turn. However, I need to apply the burn, so I guess I do this, which will lower my crit chance, but it is what it is. Damn it, not critting. At least we got one, but that sucks. I had monster strength there, so I really wanted to crit. Okay, nice damage, nerd. Wow, this crit spread is terrible. I guess I rainbow chain again. That's fucked up, but yeah, I guess I'll put quick last 4 stars. Boy, that was not lucky for her. It's not what she wanted to see. It took a lot of convincing to get my friend to just retry stage rather than spend SQ to not waste AP. Oh god. Like, what are you playing the game for at that point? Definitely Rainbow Chain here. Really nice hand, actually. Her gameplay's gotten really weird since the deck changes. A lot less BBB. Well, we do this, and we do this. We might save the second skill, although the stars would be nice. If I ever BB, now is the time. If only I had a few more stars, but we'd have double crit up, so if we do crit, it'll do really big damage. But it's 50-70, and if we don't crit, I'm gonna cry. Well, just crit forehead. Come on, Canis. You got so many crit buffs here. You got crit command codes, you got double crit from your NP, you got the first card buster bonus, 3 of a kind bonus, buster chain bonus, lots of attack up. Nope. Okay, at least we got 1. Oh damn, she actually just got ahead of Ku there, and I'm gonna have to use Ku again. Although to be fair, she's getting a pretty big edge on Ku because we did the Chin Gong thing, because Ku would have lived longer if we did that for him as a PFA. Let's see. Having a pretty good run here, though. If we had just crit that last turn, though, that would have been massive. I think we go like that. Okay, really? Got a crit. Oh wait, no, actually we haven't beat Ku yet. That's right, Ku was like 5-4-3. But yeah, if Ku had gotten that extra help that she did, I think Ku would have gotten noticeably farther. Could have potentially got another NP off. Alright, this is our last turn, so I think we rainbow just for the crit chance. Yeah, 190-80, that's pretty good. The problem is, I can't really do what I did for Canis for everybody because I don't have enough CS for that. So, we could just bring like George or something to kind of artificially get that extra value. Well, not really though, because the boss is AoE, so that wouldn't help. Yeah, there's really no way to mimic that. Good trying, Kidu. Mine's only level 90 though, which is fine for a 5-star, but it'd be nice. Like, I mean, freaking Canis is a 4-star, so. Yeah, hold on, chat. I need to grab water. So, chat, I would really like to play the co-op account, but Cairo hasn't beat Epic of Remnant #1 yet. So, you know, we can't play until he does. That's how it works, which is kind of annoying. Damn it, Cairo. He's over there like playing Pokemon. Bastard. Let's see though, who to use. Let's check another chat unit. Let's see the best Lancer we can find from chat. Alright, what does chat got? Okay, not that. Definitely not that. Surprising amount of Brit-O-Marts. Oh god, the music on the other FGO is playing. Hold on. Let me kill its volume. There we go. Oh god. You know what? Fuck it. Probably default for him. His skills are terrible. Benkei's animation update is decent, but they were really lazy with his arms, and they're like made out of like noodles. I tell you though, chat, 120 is pretty interesting because I remember in the early days of FGO, level 100s were quite rare, but now they're unbelievably common because we just had gotten so many grails and whatnot. I mean, everybody has a bunch of 100s. Like, the level 100s are just not rare anymore. So 120s are kind of like what 100s were back in the day, and I think that's intentional. Yeah, it is kind of interesting seeing that. Yeah, 120 is the new 100, absolutely. Wow, this hand sucks. I guess we just do quick. It's gonna take a while for me to get Ku's last passive. I got his first and third one because those were quite impactful on him. Although his second one's good too, for sure, but I'm not gonna be able to get that anytime soon. Fucking Chen living. Super bad for Lancers because he just takes so much damage here. I actually forget which one's the NP seal. We don't want to do the skill seal, it's actually bad. It's the third skill, okay. What an awful skill, dude. What an awful skill. It's an 8-turn cooldown, and it's not even a guaranteed NP seal. It just can NP seal. So like your whole third skill can just do literally nothing sometimes. 20% of the time, actually. Like, holy crap. And then the other 80%, all it did was NP seal. Like, that's so bad. Alright, we need to apply the burn right away. I think we'll do that. Shocking amount of damage out of our boy Benkei there. Benkei does peak at 25. Like, he's kind of like a VC Braun, where in many ways he gets worse the more you level him. It is very silly. The hell is the play here? I guess that? Canis made it to like 520k, but she got like she got unfair help because we used Black Grail in command spell Qingong, so she only got attacked one time on turn 1 by the AoE. Or we didn't do that for anyone else, so not exactly legit. But she'd still get around that far. Maybe not quite as far, but she'd still get close to that. Alright, just stunned forehead. I don't think I art chain. That's just not gonna happen. Okay, got the stun. Fantastic. Man, I might... No, I'm gonna definitely have to evade before it NPs. Alright, we attack up here on a rainbow chain. The best we're gonna get. Follow the crit chance. Lonely, thank you for the 34 freaking months, dude. Long time. So Pin K is not getting particularly far, as one would expect. Well, I think that's that, boys. Try to go for that 20% Buster crit, put it in third place, pure copium. Well, oh well. And, you know, he actually did do better than I thought. Like, no joke. Like, 860? Yeah, that's better than I thought he would do. Lancer died, indeed. We could play some of the Steno account, chat. I think we're about to be at Morgan on that account, so that's a thing. What else is there to do? Let's see here. Got like a billion interludes. The old Lion King. Got a few advanced quests I haven't done. Also, some of these advanced quests are actually kind of worth replaying nowadays. Anything that I could use Vertra on? Because I just got Vertra to Bond 10. What was this one? I think it was like, he has damage resist, but he doesn't have damage resist for like female normal cards, I think. The very specific one. I haven't done that one yet. This one's pretty good. This one is crazy hard to solo, actually. Like, holy shit. It's actually kind of hard in a team setting, too. This one was just like a lot of HP. This one is so bullshit. It's not hard to beat it, but it's hard to beat it with low stars. Like, it's total nonsense. Yeah, a few of these I don't quite remember what the gimmicks were. Yeah, she's got like a bunch of invulnerabilities, that's right, and then she's got a lot of HP as well. Yeah, actually, I think Ku might be the only unit on my account that can actually solo this stage. This stage is super hard to solo. Yeah, if you can't do these on NA yet, but because most of my viewers are NA. But if you do have a JP account and you want to test a unit out for solo, this is a toughie. I wonder if I haven't tried this since Jufu got added. I wonder if Jufu would make this easier. I doubt it, because she'd still really struggle to kill one of these. Let me take a peek here. Like, she's not a damage dealer, that's the thing. Like, she will do good damage to one of them, because she basically has double counter class. But she just doesn't do any damage. You could always mecha Liz. Like, that's not... I mean, she's kind of free to play, because they gave her out twice, and then they did, like, the Halloween collage, and they gave her out again. So they've given her out 3 times. So I figure most people have her, but, you know, it's eh. I'm kind of curious to see how she does here anyway. She actually might not do that well. I don't think she's a very good unit, to be honest. She's just useful for her class. She's not actually, like, that good. Let's see, she kills a foreigner, so she'd kill the MHX. I gotta move my screen over to the side a little bit there. And let's see, what other, are there any other budget units for the other ones? Because you fight an alter ego. What the hell beats alter ego? Why do I forget this all the time? Is it? No, it's not Moon Cancer. Moon Cancer's Avenger. What the hell beats alter ego? Is it fucking Faker? I'm so. Excuse me. Oh jeez, Chad. I'm crossing my classes. Pretender. Yeah, I don't think there's any. No, Berserker doesn't work because it doesn't get the gimmick. It has to be like the proper counter class. I don't. There is no Pretender free-to-play unit. Yeah, this stage is actually bullshit for free-to-play. Because Mecha Liz is pushing it. She's not really like free-to-play. She's like, I mean, she's not pay to win either because she doesn't cost any money. I mean, she is free, right? She is free, so I guess she is free-to-play, but she's not necessarily accessible in the way that I would want. But, I mean, I figure most people have her, but some people are going to get to that quest and not have her. Like, the thing is, the only alter ego you can guarantee that someone has is Jufu. And I just cannot imagine Jufu, like, working there. Okay, let's try Mecha Liz first, and then if that works, then maybe we go to Jufu. And hell, maybe we use both. Do I really want to unlock her command code? This is not the command code UI. That is the command card UI, excuse me. We can at least use these two cards. So let's see. There, what beats... Oh god, does Foreigner beat Pretender? Because there's no, but... No wonder this stage is so stupid for, like, pure free-to-play, because... Yet two of the classes, it is physically impossible to counterclass, and the one that you can counterclass, you only kind of can, so... Yeah, what a bunch of bullshit. Okay, well let's I haven't done this stage in a while, so let's take a peek at it. Yeah, this stage is so stupid. And it's like, if you buff stack with like OP supports, you can just blow them up and it's not a big deal. But if you're doing like really free-to-play stuff, that's not gonna happen. Alright. Don't entirely remember the gimmicks either. Might bring Zhu Fu anyway. We'll see. So we can only counterclass the enemy foreigner. That's it. That is so dumb. What were they thinking with this? Like, what a bunch of... Okay, that's obviously really free to play. Huh. Could do like that. Who's the best one to keep alive for the end? Probably the foreigner. Wait a minute, no. Wait, the foreigner's the only one we can kill early, though. So I guess you keep the alter ego alive? Yeah, I think you keep the alter ego alive. How the hell are we killing this one, then? I mean, if you're looking at free-to-play units, there is literally no one. Like, there is literally no free-to-play unit that can do good damage. Like, and she has a lot of HP, so it's like that. Like, this is just dumb. Like, this stage is just dumb. I don't know what they were thinking with this. Chat, let me just, you know, use some of my goals. You know, just bring, you know, Waver, right? Actually, Waver really would be good here. Oh god, you're right. You could use... I'm not steep in that low, but you're right. You could use the Liz shortstop. Still though, like having to use welfares doesn't really work because not everyone's gonna have them all the time. Yeah, the only foreigners like that are accessible though, or welfares that you could miss. So, if they, now some of the welfares anyone can get, but they're not useful. Like you got BB, anyone can get. Christmas, Attila. I think there's one other one that I'm forgetting. But yeah, that's right. You got the Dragon Liz. Bunyan's not exactly a welfare. I mean, I guess she is. Kinda. She's kind of just a weird unit. We could go Robin. If you gotta do it at neutral, that's the way to go. I think Berserker still gets the bonus damage, they just don't get the gimmick. There's no, oh my god, what a... Okay, it's more Grailed units than I would want, but I don't have a non-Grailed Mori, and Mori is the best option here. I would be surprised if this worked. She needs to be able to one-shot the foreigner. What is a good unit? I would like someone with Star Bomb. There's always Mozart. There's Babbage. Mozart's alright. Who else has Star Bomb that's free to play? Leonidas, if you've got starting NP. Does he have his passive? Because Chen Gong gives him NP as well. Okay, so he's got 30% NP, so he needs just 70%. That's pretty reasonable. Oh yeah, I guess Bart now. Bart also has battery. That's actually pretty interesting. He's Star Bomb for the next turn though. Let's see, what would we get out of Black Bart? He lowers his Star Absorb. He'd give us a little bit of damage though, not much. Mozart might be better. If you got your art cards, then absolutely Mozart. Not gonna use taunt CEs. Well, maybe I don't mind using what's it called? What is it called? I forget. Outrage, because anyone can get that one at any time, but definitely not Poster Girl. Mari Annie doesn't like help because she only buffs female, so she'd not be worth. Yeah, Outrage is the only accessible taunt CE, but some people didn't pick it, and they still can't get it. And taunt CEs are just... I really don't like using them because they're so powerful, and that any team, because here's the thing. A lot of, like, things a unit can do can be... like, Mori can be replaced by so many units, right? Like, you might have Beowulf, you might have... if you're doing a different stage, we can use friend support. There's just any kind of DPS can replace this. And that's true for a lot of things, right? Like, a lot of units can easily be replaced by many, many other units. But there is nothing that replaces a taunt CE other than a taunt CE. And a lot of the other taunt CEs actually are bad because, like, they'll give you survivability and stuff, like the invulnerability one. Like, it's too specific. I don't know about MASH. So he would need what? It's always just that. I would want Mozart to live one turn, but that would be difficult to accomplish. Well, not necessarily. It is if I give him Star Bomb. Because I'd want to do Star Bomb CEs and then have Mozart's third skill, so you have 2 crit turns. If I gave him like a survivability CE, because here's an example, right? Like, let's say someone was doing a setup where you were, it wouldn't have to be a Mori setup specifically, but where you're like taunting a support and you need them to live. It's not like this is the only CE that works. Like, it's just not, right? Now, obviously this does work, and this isn't, you know, a limited time CE. Now, you may not have this specifically, but you're probably going to get it eventually. I'd say more accounts have this than not by a lot. Like, way more people have this than, like, you know, Poster Girl. But let's say you didn't have this. You could also use this. You could also use, like, any gut CE, right? And you could even do a really high defense up CE, right? There are so many options if what you're doing is, like, taunting, like using Chen Gong's taunt to taunt a support, right? And then you need a CE to make sure they live at least one turn. This is not your only option, right? It's not. There's many ways you can mimic, like, forcibly making this unit survive, right? Where if I use Poster Girl on someone, there's no mimicking this unless you have Poster Girl specifically, right? And you probably don't, right? So that's why I kind of avoid that stuff. Because yeah, there's a bunch of defense ups, there's a bunch of guts, there's evade, there's vulnerability. There's just so many ways to go about, you know, giving that unit some extra survivability if you were doing some kind of taunt thing or just needing them not to die in turn 1, right? That's, you know, you don't. If you watch someone like do a setup that used this, it's not like if you didn't have this, oh, I can't do that, it's impossible, right? It's not like that. Where if you're using Poster Girl or something like that, then it's like, it's Poster Girl or bust. But anyway, the issue is I'd want him to have a Star Bomb CE. Either that or we would use Anniversary Blonde, which I'm not crazy about that here. Yeah, or just get stupid good RNG. Yeah, there's always that. Also, he might live too long, and that can cause problems as well. And like Star Bomb, right? There are so many different Star Bomb CEs at this point, and they give one out every year. Like, without fail, they give one out every summer, so they're easy to mimic. Okay, she has her passive, but it's not leveled, and then she has her own battery. Huh. Yeah, sometimes they actually give out more than one gut CE per year. Alright, we need to do command codes and stuff, but let me see if this has any chance. What's really frustrating about this stage is how easy it is to do if you're not trying to make it like super free-to-play friendly. Because of the gimmick, you can, if you've got these classes, you just kill them so fast. Or if you just use a really strong support, you can just buff up an AoE character to do that much damage. Okay, so, this is the one we need to kill the most. Allegedly. Only got the one Buster card, but I think we just go with it. See, if you're gonna use Mozart like this, you probably don't do Star Bomb CEs, because Mozart is probably just gonna die and you'll never use his third skill, which means why you could have just used this third skill in turn 1 and not brought Star Bomb CEs. Maybe default Mystica would be better. Yeah, that's just not even close, man. Well, Mozart's not gonna die. They only attack one time. That's actually pretty bad for me. We'll see how much damage this does. I mean, if he can kill her, then we're in pretty good shape. Yeah, you get Calamity Jane, CE, yep. I think Super Orion has got one as well. There's probably more people with Super Orion than Calamity Jane. She was so unpopular. Okay, you know, actually Mori does have a chance, because we could have brought a Mystic Code that gave him damage up. And if we had done that, she would be dead. And then the question is, if she was dead, how quickly could you kill the foreigner? This is like the worst hand shuffle ever, by the way. What you'd really want though is Jufu to be able to deal with the foreigner, but like good luck with that. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I think if you give a damage Mystic Code to Mori, this might actually work. I'm kind of surprised by it, but we'll see. Depends on how much damage we do here in a moment. I mean, if you were, like, okay, I'll say this. I think most accounts that would be doing this probably have Mecha Liz, or they've got some other, you know, they got Melt or Passion Lip or whatever, you know, or they got the the Idol Foreigner, right? Like, most people are going to have something, or they're going to have Waver or Castor, or they're going to have one of these things to make the stage a lot easier. And if you are one, and these exist too, if you are one of those accounts, you don't have like a good Berserker, like a Grail budget Berserker, or you don't have a rare Berserker like Beowulf or Hercules or anything like that. You don't have Mecha Liz. You don't have, you know, the Foreigner Idol. You don't even have, like, maybe you're playing the stage in the future and you don't have the Liz Foreigner. Like, you don't have any of it. You don't have any of it. You don't have Waver. You don't have Castor, Torian stuff. At that point, I would say use command spells, because that's what they're for. Right? Like, because you're a very rare account that doesn't have any of that shit. And if you are, then I would honestly just say use command spells, because the stage is stupid. Or wait and do it when you do have some of the stronger stuff. Probably don't PFA yet, because there's no NP. And you got MASH. Okay, if this kills, then they got a shot at this. Especially if we used Mori better and the Pretender was already dead. I mean, I have every welfare. I've never missed a welfare. It's not about if I can do it. It's not the point. I'm not exaggerating. There's never been a single stage in the history of FGO I've ever actually struggled with. It's just because I try to do them with a certain type of setup. Like, if I went ham on Fluffy, I could beat him so easily. It's like, I've got Scatty, Waver, Merlin, you know, I got, you know, so many fucking units. Yeah, I'm not kidding. There's not been a single stage in FGO that would give me trouble if I was actually going ham on it. Could art chain. Still gotta kill this pretender. Guess we do that. Yeah, I've got what's her name, Caster Liz, all that nonsense. The thing is, there's nothing interesting about me going ham on something. It's just like whenever anyone else goes ham on something. It's like, oh wow, you're using all of the as many supports that have battery that you have and cycling them to make the most applicable DPS you have NP over and over again. I mean, it's like that's what everyone does, right? There's nothing interesting about it. Let's see. She's gotta die. I think I actually taunt here, and then hope this Smash doesn't die. Like, the more OP you get, the more homogenous the game is. Like, everything's the same. Like, the uniqueness comes when you have, like, restrictions, and when you don't have, like, the perfect setup. So, I'd like to get rid of this NP seal, but I should probably wait for him to NP. However, I could get rid of it, and I could use Atlas and get rid of those dots pretty soon, but now I should probably just suck it up and wait the one turn. I could have Mash survive, and then I could have her NP again, but we'll just do that. Let's go for damage here. So Ku's command codes are pretty pointless, and he doesn't even have one on his art card, so... Like, if I had set this team up more optimally, this would probably work, and it might work anyway, but like, I could have set it up where Mori had like good command codes, and Ku had good command codes, and with all that set up properly, I think we would have it in the bag. Like, I think the Pretender would have already died. They're whipping our NP so hard, though. Pretty sure Ku's got this, though. Could have extra value, too. Boss does NP really rapidly, though. No command code on our art card. Feels bad. Do I want to... This is tricky. Like, you could Guts this NP, then cast PFA, and then cast the cooldown reduction, and then you can cast Guts again, and then probably PFA again. Where if I do it now, it's all PFA, and then like that Guts might whiff. But then it's about the same, because your health will get value, so it's about the same either way. I think we'll do it now. Nah, I don't, no, I'm gonna... Really though? Like, am I gonna use my entire HP bar? The only reason I don't want to do the cooldown reduction is because I don't this thing on one turn, which is weird, but yeah, I think we'll just Guts it. I don't know though. That doesn't. It feels kind of you're not gonna get perfect value either way. So it's just you don't generally want to use you don't want to use Guts this way normally, where like you waste 11k HP. Because 11k HP could easily be 2 turns. Oh wow, his NP hits like a Well, that's... Huh. Well, I definitely made the right decision then. I didn't realize his NP did that little damage. I guess it is AoE and then we're a night class. But that's kind of pathetic. I think you just let the guts go. No, we'll do it like this. It's a shame though that my command codes are so bad. It's actually less bad for 2. Mori was the one that was probably getting hurt by that the most. Yeah, we definitely win this. You have to be in like your proper class triangle for it to come into effect. So like berserkers don't count, and like rulers and stuff like that. But you know, he is getting the purple thing, so I think it might affect him because I guess, especially when Alter Ego was released, they didn't have a proper counter class, right? So the thing that they'd get negative on was just night classes. So that's probably why it works that way. Well, we actually super win, because we win this turn, we still have guts, but then PFA would come back, so we could actually keep going for a good while, and we're gonna overkill a lot this turn, and we would, like, we'd probably get our NP after he attacked us. Actually, hell, we'll just get it right now. Yeah, wow, we actually super overkilled that. We'll see, I might try to clean that setup up, maybe make a video of it. A pretty obnoxious stage. Okay, I do like the Void Dust, though. I don't think that would work with Jufu, unless you just, like, got... Jufu just have, like, when she first comes in the deck shuffles, she'd have to get a Brave Chain, and then if, like, Mozart died or something after, in the deck shuffles again, you'd need her to get a Brave Chain again, right? Like, because she'd have to beat the boss up with pure normal card damage, right? So, yeah, that would cause some problems. But yeah, I'll figure something out. I've been wanting to make a video for that one, because it is abnormally annoying. Yeah, we need 3 stars for all of the classes, really, that are DPS. Like, we need a proper Avenger. No offense to Antonio, but it's like, he's AoE. And he's just not very good. He's not terrible, but he's nothing special. Oh yeah, the Virtua stage. It's like, there's no replay value in this one whatsoever. Let's see. Could do a Fionn one. I want to use Virtua for something, but I'm looking at these and I'm like, none of these Virtua is applicable for. Like, maybe this one? What was this one's gimmick again? I don't even remember. It was something about maybe them needing to die at the same time or something. I don't remember. Well, maybe we do this one just to do it. Also, my Virtua is pretty sad. Now, I got her to 10, 10, 10, so that's great. But she's in P1, so... I could fight Asterios and Uriel. I'd have to switch to my ult account, though. So I accidentally lost that stage on my main account. Or I beat it and I let the stage finish, so I don't have it anymore. You know, if they add a free 5-star again, I'll probably pick Virtua. It's either that or Tesla, but my Tesla's already in P3, so he feels really good, right? He's like really powerful. Like in P2 feels really good for 5 stars. Where she's in P1, which feels awful, especially because she likes to repeat NP, so I really want to get her to NP2. So Virtua is one of those unfortunate characters where they kind of just added her to the game, right? Just because, right? She was just waifu of the month, right? They didn't really do anything with her in the story. They never have used her in the main story, right? She was forgotten about in a week, right? She was one of those. They do that a lot. And instead of adding like an established character like Agravain or whatever, they just love to make these throwaway events like that. Now, I like her character, right? I think she's an interesting character, like, or, you know, being like a prankster and all that. You know, it's kind of cool. But like, so she has like an interesting concept, but they didn't use her in any meaningful way, right? So she's ultimately a very forgettable character, right? And they've done that for a lot of random 5 stars. And again, I like Virtua, but I don't like when they use characters that way. And I don't like when they make these like throwaway events where they just like, because it's not like we'd ever heard or seen Virtua and Fate up to that point, and they kind of just pulled her out of their ass and just like, you know, spawned her into existence. Meanwhile, we've had so many established servants that are not playable that they just don't touch. And if you're gonna do just a whatever event, you know, why not do a whatever event for at least like a character that people actually, you know, want? You know, and again, I like Virtua, but I'm just saying it's like it doesn't, doing characters like that just doesn't make a lot of sense, so. Alright, here's what we'll do. We're gonna use NP1 Virtua, and we're gonna make everything else on the team really budgety. And then I guess we'll do that eyeball stage, because I can't really think of another one. But yeah, she's absolutely like a flavor of a month kind of character. I mean, I think she's a bit better off though than that. Now this is more of like coincidence, but like she is a fairly unique like character personality wise. And, you know, she does have, like, some decent voice lines, and, you know, when they have used her, they put some effort into her writing, but she has very little writing, right? And some of the other, like, flavor of the month characters, they just don't, they're so vague, they just don't do anything, right? Like, they literally don't do anything with the characters. So, although Virtua is the same style, she just, I think, coincidentally is a little bit more interesting, but that's more luck, I think, with, like, whoever designed the person just having an interesting idea or whatever. Because, for example, even if you have, like, let's say a company's got a bad, you know, habit of doing, like, flavor of the month stuff, whatever writer or artist that they put in charge of these things can coincidentally have an inspired idea. They can, right? Now, that doesn't mean then the company is going to then make an event surrounding that inspired idea that's good, right? Absolutely not. And they're not necessarily going to use that character in the main story and et cetera, right? So it's not like the flavor of the month characters can still have interesting designs or a good voice actor or, you know, things like that. It's not that they can't be completely void of, you know, artistic integrity, I suppose, but they never have any, like, real writing behind them. They never get much screen time. They're just there, right? And like that just sucks. And it really shows a lot of those characters that kind of are just, you know, spawned out of the ether and then disappear. They're so unpopular in the long run, right? Like they just don't go anywhere. I think the one that did the best is Yang, but then what the devs did, because they saw Yang was kind of popular, is then they used her more for other stuff. Right, they probably wouldn't have done that if she wasn't popular. Alright, what can we go with here? I honestly do not remember what this stage was about at all. So I'm gonna go with kind of generic picks here. Maybe incorporate some healing. That's normally a safe thing to do. Yeah, Zenobia is not popular, absolutely not. And then every once in a while you'll have an event though, where it's a more like effort put into it. You know, it's not necessarily one of those filler, because you guys know what I'm talking about. They make these filler events that are just, you know, they're just there to fill up the month, right? They're not inspired, right? They've had plenty of events like that are absolutely not inspired. But there are some events that they really do put some effort into, right? Even if I don't like them, I can see that. Like Saber Wars 2, for example. I don't like Saber Wars 2, but they blatantly put more effort into that than like a typical event, right? There was a lot more main story. You know, there was a lot more effort put into the map, and there was more, you know, just stuff to do, right? They were trying really hard to make. I think the reason they did that was because normal Ishtar was so popular. They were trying to just make space. I think they assumed Space Ishtar would be crazy popular. Anyway, but yeah, that was an event where they put some effort into it, and really no one cared. Saber Wars 2 was not popular. Calamity Jane is one of the least popular characters that has ever been in FGO. It is crazy how unpopular she is. I think she might be the least popular female character, actually. Like, she's probably slightly more popular than, like, Eric Bloodaxe. But honestly, it's close, because he's almost popular for being unpopular. Yeah, I don't care for Space Ishtar. Galatea is pretty unpopular too, though. That is, I have to like do science on that. Like, I have to actually go around and like look, you know, how many people put on support list, how much fan art is there of the characters, you know, how many like Reddit posts are there. You know, there's a lot you can do to gauge how popular a character is, but they're both very unpopular. Galatea could potentially be more unpopular though. I never minded Galatea. I mean, I don't like hype her at all, but, you know, she's based on a statue, so making her kind of emotionless and like a mecha, that makes sense to me, right, for what she's based on. I actually think, like, what they created is more logical than a lot of the other stuff that they created. Oh yeah, Karen was really unpopular. She's probably more popular than Galatea, but her sales were insanely low. Like, it was crazy how low Karen's sales were. Karen and Galatea had some of the lowest sales in, like, FGO history. Like, those months, like, nothing else of note was rated up, and those were some of the lowest, like, grossing months in FGO history. Crazy. I think they really messed up with Karen. Now, first off, I don't think Karen was half as popular as people thought. It was just she was the only thing to, like, latch onto from Fate Hollow, so of course people would talk about it. But it's not like I don't think she ever was that popular. Even in Fate Hollow. And then they made her weird, right? Instead of like giving her a normal stage like Bazette. So there was just so much working against her. I don't think she was popular to begin with. Then they made her really weird. And it was just whatever. Yeah, she was forgotten about so quickly. Okay, I mean, there's always Star Bomb. Crit down, shit like that. Okay, let's put heal on Buster. If they ever used Karen in a serious way, like let's say they did a story that was like, you know, a Fate Hollow collab and they used Kodamine and stuff and they had like meaningful character interactions and stuff, and then she got like a costume that made her look more normal and stuff, she'd probably see a sales boon. I mean, actually, if they put effort into it, they could probably, I'm telling you, they could probably make a massive amount of money off of her. Here's what you do. You make an event like, you know, Fate Hollow collab or just heavily, you know, inspired by Fate's Night stuff or whatever, right? You make it like a really in-depth event like CCC, right? So there's real effort here. And then you do the whole crybaby, you know, backstory for, you know, Karen and stuff. You just do typical waifu stuff. And you just have her do dramatic stuff in the story and get screen time. And then again, you give her a costume where it's normal Karen and all that. And she'd probably, and she's rated up, she'd probably sell like crazy. Like, a good example is Melt. Melt wasn't really that popular when all she was in was CCC. You know, she had her fans and stuff, but she wasn't very known. She was just kind of whatever. But she was very prominent in the CCC event. And, you know, people just went nuts. And she sold like crazy, right? They could easily mimic that with Karen, right? So if they wanted to turn it around and make her crazy popular, they could. Like, it's actually pretty easy to make waifus popular. You just have to put in some, you know, effort into the screen time and whatnot. I mean, most people that like Melt don't like her because of CCC, like the game. They like her because of the event. Like, she's absolutely more popular from the event than the actual game, which is, yeah, kind of rare, to be honest. Although, I don't know, there's so many people playing FGO now that haven't, you know, read the books and stuff. It's actually really not that rare anymore, when I think about it. Zig deserves it, though. Zig is actually written better in FGO than he is in the APOC book, which is kind of crazy, because generally FGO's writing is pretty shallow. Like, really, it's shallow as fuck, generally speaking, especially for events, but, like, it's just kind of obvious the writer for the APOC event, I'm pretty sure it was the same writer as the book, and they just had listened to feedback. I mean, it's just obvious that they had listened to feedback about some of the problems with Zig's character, and they used FGO as, like, a way to progress his character, you know, beyond where he stopped in the book, right? And they actually did a decent job of it. From what I've seen of that writer, when they like put in effort to stuff, they actually do a pretty good job. It's the same for like the writer of Septum, which is like the worst story in FGO, in London, and like they wrote London and Septum, and both are terrible. But I've seen other things that they've written, and they've written some events in FGO and stuff that are fine. And they wrote like the prototype book, the Fragments, and it's fine. I mean, it's not the best book I've ever read, but it's fine. So like that writer, I think when they actually sit down and are inspired, they do pretty good. But I think when they're not inspired, they kind of just pander to popular stuff. Like, you guys like Nero, right? And it's really bad. So I mean, that's a lot of writers. It's like the best writer when they're like on a bad timetable, or they're just not feeling it or whatever, and they have to pump something out. It's probably going to be garbage, you know. That's the way of it. All right, you know what? It's Shufu time, just because we're using an art unit. So why not? Could do Hans. Yeah, I like that. And then maybe Mash. So everything has to be budget except Vertra. And here's the thing. An NP1 5-star, especially kind of an average one like Vertra, does not actually size up very well unless they have like a very specific toolkit, like in her case to be anti-divinity, right? If you compared her to like, I don't know, maybe Romulus. Lancer's not the best one because there's not great AoE Lancers. But let's say I had a 10-10-10 Romulus that's NP5, he'd actually probably outperform her, especially if he was Grails. And now, again, Lancer's not the best class, but like, let's take you had like a really average single target Saber that's NP1, like it's a 5-star. Like even the twins, right? Let's say you take the Wonder Twins, they're NP1, right? Compared to a NP5 Bedivere or Caesar, a lot of times they're gonna have either very comparable performances or the low stars are gonna do better, right? And again, it depends. Some 5-stars are just insanely good regardless of their NP rank, or they've got a niche that is crazy strong in the stage you happen to be doing. Right, so if you bring the right tool for the right job, obviously that has a big impact on things. I am not a Nero fan, but I actually think Nero fans are not eating good. Like, at all. Like, yes, Nero gets used all the time, but she gets used in a very shallow, stupid way where she's written by like a 5-year-old. So it's like, if you're an actual Nero fan from like Fate Extra, and you want her to get like, you know, real screen time, she's not getting it. So it's kind of like Mordred, right? Because I like Mordred. Mordred's in FGO a lot, but every time they use Mordred, it's a joke. I mean, she's like she doesn't do anything meaningful. She has like barely, like nothing happens, right? They don't do anything with her character. She's not written well. She doesn't accomplish anything. She's just there like waving at the camera, right? And then it's like, and then all the non-Mordred fans are like, I'm so sick of Mordred. Can they stop using Mordred? Meanwhile, like anyone that likes Mordred's like, well, you know, we never got anything, right? It's this bullshit. And then you have Hercules fans who are really suffering. Like, holy shit. Never gets used. When he does get used, they just kill him off immediately. And we're never getting Saint Hercules ever. Yeah, Eric Bloodaxe only has like 10 fans, so that's a whole different thing. Dude, I want Saint Hercules, like, so bad. Like, holy shit. I just hope if whenever he happens to get added, I have SQ. Right? Like, like, for example, let's say I roll in Lost Belt 7. Because, you know, I'm just waiting to roll for coup. So I'm kind of like, I'm trying to be smart about it, but like, I really want to just roll on something. But I'm hoping like Lost Belt 7 will have a new low star, so I can at least roll on that or whatever. But anyway, let's say I roll in Lost Belt 7 for like a random 4-star that's decent, or a new 3-star or something. And then like a month later, they add Saint Hercules, right? I'd be really pissed off. Hercules is the Wharf effect in FGO, absolutely, and just Fate in general. See, almost no one that's a huge Hercules fan, like that's actually a Hercules fan, gives a shit about Avenger Hercules, because it's not like I hate that people bring this up all the time, and I swear it's because no one actually reads. I swear that's the problem. No one actually reads anything. Like, if you're sitting here wanting, if you looked at Berserker Hercules and you're like, can we get his normal self? because, you know, back in Fate Stay Night, he hinted at his normal self. You know, he gets like one line of dialogue when he's dying in the Fate route, right? And they've showed him a little bit, and like other people talking about him, like Jason and stuff, right? But no one looks at Avenger Hercules and like, yeah, that's that. It's not. Like, and you know it's, like, everyone knows it's not, and it gives a shit. Because, like, the story is literally, you get normal Hercules for 5 seconds, and then he gets altered and he acts like he's never acted ever, right? I mean, I'm not just saying this to insult him, I am saying this to insult him, but it's also fucking true. Avenger Hercules is a fanfiction character. Because he's not based on anything. He's made up, right? Like, Hercules doesn't actually act that way, right? It's just like Jalter. Jalter's not a character from, like, she's not Joan of Arc. She's fucking Gilead's OC, right? Like, it's made up shit, right? And if you like the made up shit, that's fine. But obviously, like, imagine if you're an actual Joan of Arc fan, right? And regular Joan of Arc didn't exist, and you only had Jalter, which is just Gilead's fanfiction. That's not the thing, right? That's something else, right? It's the same thing with Avenger Hercules. He is a, you know, warped personality, massively so, and just has a bunch of, you know, nonsense abilities that have nothing to do with anything. I mean, they kind of do, but they're stretching it pretty thin there, I'll put it that way. Anyway, you know, no one that's like, yeah, I want regular Hercules is like, oh yeah, Avenger Hercules. That's not regular Hercules. You know, that's like saying Jalter is regular Joan of Arc. And it's exactly like saying that, because Avenger Hercules is Hercules alter. It's not even a weird alter. It's actually more of a normal alter than we normally get, because it's just Angra juice. He just gets Angra juiced, and it affects him in really weird ways, because, you know, fucking weird shit. But yeah, no one's like, oh yeah, that's the normal Hercules we wanted. Fucking alter Hercules wearing, you know, drapes. It's like, it's fucking, and the writer doesn't even think it's normal Hercules, because he even said he did that because he didn't want to write normal Hercules. I mean, he said that. The whole reason they created Avenger Hercules was to avoid using regular Hercules. That's why he exists. I mean, it doesn't have to be Archer Hercules. It can be, you know, Hercules can be like every class. So it can be Saber Hercules, Lancer Hercules, Rider Hercules, like all of them are normal Hercules. Even Berserker Hercules is normal, it's just, you know, he's got Madness Enhancement, so he's crazy. Yeah, actually, I would love Saber Herc, because Saber Herc would be, I think, the most like Berserker Hercules. And, you know, in terms of being all melee and using a sword type weapon and shit like that. But sane, you know, so that would actually be really cool. I kind of have always wanted Saber Hercules the most because of that. But really, I'll take any of them. Like, just literally any normal Hercules. No fucking Angra juice, no Servant Universe, no Lost Belt bullshit. I just want normal fucking Hercules. And we're probably never going to get it at this point. We're more likely to get Lost Belt nonsense. Like future Hercules. Yep, Hercules can be an assassin. Which actually, there are a few stories about him that they could pull from where that does make sense. So, yeah, the only normal class he can't be is Caster. So yeah, he can be Saber, Lancer, Archer, Berserker, Rider, Assassin. Nine lives from the shadows, indeed. Yeah, that'd be pretty good, actually. Okay, what the hell am I doing here? Too many bloody CEs. Finally got Hans's Bond CE. Pretty happy about that one. Yeah, what was it? In World of Warcraft, you had Taurens that could not be rogues, but there was weird ways to make it happen. There was like ways that you could be like another race and that could be a rogue and like temporarily turn into a Tauren through like costumes and stuff. And so you could have a Tauren like sneaking around, and they gave him like this ridiculous tiptoe like stealth animation. So yeah, that's pretty funny. That's always what I thought of with Assassin Hercules. Man, I used to love Warcraft. Like, Warcraft 3 was great, and I think World of Warcraft was really fun in the early days. And then, like, they just got so far removed from what that game was about. and now they're just like this insanely like soulless corporate just shell of a game, and like it's just sad. Like I actively dislike the Warcraft IP now, even though I used to really like it. Like Warcraft 3 was such an awesome fantasy story, like I loved it, but then you have like Warcraft 3 Reforged that's just terrible, right? And they make all these changes to try to like accommodate the new canon, and the new canon is garbage, right? Like old Warcraft was great, right? Like the original stuff, good times. Literally anything after like, I don't know, 2010 or whatever, garbage. There's just no fixing that IP. I mean, they've, like the air quotes new canon, it just made up so much stupid shit. There's just no way to fix it. I feel like Overwatch became soulless a long time ago. That's a whole other... Blizzard is just a dead company now. I mean, like, all of their inspired devs quit a long time ago. Like, it just kind of is what it is. Alright, anyway, Virtuous support. We'll mix in a last-second Mozart here. Look at all these budget art supports, man. And then you got... why did they add Jufu as an art support? Like, why is she not quick? And use quick! Well, actually, use quick and Buster. She's got her Assassin, which is Buster, and her Lancer is quick. But, you know, she was added because of the Lancer one. So why is she, like, literally, why is she the one card type that you isn't? Right? Like, what the fuck? I mean, not that we needed another Buster budget support, but... Actually, Blizzard will probably get better, but I don't think they'll ever get back to what they used to be. Right? You know, they used to just be a very unique dev, you know, with a lot of passion, and then they slowly became incredibly corporate. And then they, you know, went off the deep end, and now they fired a bunch of people, and now they have, like, no talent, but they'll probably, like, come back better than they were, like, a few years ago, but they're never gonna be like what they were back in the day, ever. Like, at best, they'll be a corporate company that maybe isn't a complete piece of shit, but they'll be a little shit. But they got so shit that they can really only get better. It, like, can you imagine, like, any news coming out about Activision Blizzard that would make you surprised? Right? Like, if you heard they were, you know, paying their employees even less or something, right? Who would be surprised by that, right? So it's like they really only have one place to go, and that's up, I would say. But I don't think they're ever going to get that up. I think they are forever a corporate shell. You know, it's just a sham, you know, a ghost of what they were, right? I don't think they're ever going to be one of those, you know, awesome developers again. That was a long time ago. I mean, that was like before some people were even born in my chat, I figure. But yeah, it's a shame, because, like, their legacy is so tarnished. So, like, the good shit they did make a long time ago, I think a lot of people don't even, like, respect anymore. Like, it's all been thrown under the bus. I don't know what to put in this last slot. I mean, there's always a taunt, like Leonidas or something. Could do Hohenheim. Could do Chen Gong just for the defense up. I guess we'll do Leonidas. It's fine. Give him Cope Scope. I've actually got way less Cope Scopes than K Scopes. But it hasn't been in the game as long. And ever since they added it, I think I've only rolled like big one time. And there might even have been rated up CEs. I'm pretty sure I do have Cope Scope though. Am I crazy? Oh yeah, there it is. I don't know which art I like better, K-Scope or Cope Scope. They both have really nice art. Yeah, I'm not sure on that one. Alright, Mozart, CE is probably not gonna matter. I'll just do On Death. Alright. I'll do Atlas in case there's debuffs, because I don't remember the gimmicks here. I mean, I'm always like that. I've never, like, when have I ever rolled frivolously in these games? You know, I pretty much always stockpile for a really long time and then roll for something I really want. And it's like it's not like FGO has ever consistently added 5 stars that I care about. That's literally never been the state of the game. Right, when I first started playing the game, most of the rate ups I saw, I was like, I don't care about this. I don't care about this. I don't care about this. I remember when I first got into the game, right? This was so long ago, right? The NA wasn't even announced. Never mind it existing. They had not even announced an NA server yet. You know, this was like Camelot had just been added like a little while ago, right? So it was like the game had been out for like a year or something. And they were like rerunning, like after I've been playing for a little bit, they reran the original Halloween event. So yeah, I got in about a year into the game, right, for JP. So you know, it's like 6 years ago or something. Anyway, so back then, you know, the roster of characters much smaller, way smaller. But I looked at FGO before I started playing it. You know, I was aware of some of the characters that were in it because I was a big Fate fan. I wasn't into FGO because it didn't have boss fights back then, and it was a cash grab, etc., etc. But I was aware like Protoku was in it, right? And I really liked Protoku. And I saw they had just added Camelot and Ozzy was added, right? Ozzy's from Prototype. And I was like, you know what? I bet you they're going to add Arthur at some point. Now, he wasn't in the game yet, but I was like, you know, I bet you they're going to add Arthur. So as soon as I started playing the game, I was like, yep, I think they're going to add Arthur. And I just immediately started saving up for Arthur. And after a little while, they did indeed add Arthur. I was actually pretty lucky, though. Like, you guys realize how lucky I was? Imagine if instead of me saying... Because these were, like, equal at the time in terms of, like, possibility of them being added. What if I had said, Proto-Gil? I'll save up for Proto-Gil. Because here we are 6 years later, there ain't no Proto-Gil, right? And like back then, those were like equal prospects. Like absolutely. So yeah, I kind of got lucky. Yeah, that's what Aggravated fans are experiencing, by the way. I do think Proto-Gil will get added eventually, but yeah, you're gonna have to wait a while, most likely. But anyway, yeah, so I was just stockpiling for Arthur. And also, I had the foresight. I was new to the game, but I had the foresight for this. This is why I've got a Gilgamesh ult account. And it was my first ult, my only ult for a long time. I was like, okay, I'm saving up for Arthur. I really want Gilgamesh, though. But, you know, who knows when he's getting rated up again. And if I try to get Arthur and Gilgamesh, you know, odds are I'm not going to have, like, the SQ for both. So I was like, okay, you have to summon a friend every time you do a stage. So I'll make a side account. I won't even play it, but I'll like log in every day, and I'll just grab some the SQ, and then when I see a good, you know, Gilgamesh rate up, I'll roll on him, and I'll just level Gilgamesh on that account, and that's all I'll do. I'll just level Gilgamesh, and I'll put him on my support list, and I'll summon him, and there we go. And that's how all that account did for a long time. I remember I rolled on the pre-CCC banner. There was like a banner right before CCC. That I think they may have rated up Nero Bride and then rotated to Gilgamesh or whatever. And I remember Gilgamesh was rated up with Gwaine, and I rolled on that, and that's why I have Gwaine on my ult account. And for the longest time, as I was like getting the skill gems and stuff for Gil and all that, I was like, okay, I'll grill Proto-Ku because that's like, you know, he's cool, and I'll have 100 Ku and 100 Proto-Ku on the other account. And I'll level Gwaine because I got him, and Gwaine's pretty cool. So for the longest time, all my ult account had was Gwaine, Proto-Ku, Gilgamesh, and I think I had like Summer Martha randomly, and that was like it. That's all that account leveled for so fucking long. And the only reason I ever ended up leveling more than that was because I started using that account to like stream. Because it was like I could play these stories again. I could do the main story again and stuff. So I figured, okay, I'll level up more stuff then. But yeah, I've always stockpiled. I've never rolled very often. I've always just waited around for the thing that I really want. You know, that's why my main account is sitting on like 1,000 SQ right now. I almost rolled today though for Moriarty because I really like Moriarty. Honestly, if like there was no new main story coming anytime, let's say Lost Belt 6 had just dropped and I didn't want a single thing from it, and that was over, and then boom, Moriarty was rated up, I'd roll for Moriarty. The only reason I'm not rolling for him is because Lost Belt 7 is right around the corner, and they might add a new Lodestar, right? There's so many things. Also, Moriarty's mats are actually hell on earth. That's always, you know, kind of scared me, but I do really like Moriarty. I'm always hoping I'll just get him off of like GSSR, right, or something like that. But I just get like, you know, Astolfo and Ishtar and stuff. It's kind of awful, but okay. So they have damage resist. I don't remember what the stage is at all. So we'll just take it one step at a time here. I could NP right now, but I don't think that's going to be practical. So we'll save some of our skills. Guess we'll art chain. Yeah, I've never won. The only time I've ever spent money on this game was GSSR and Edmund, but let's not go into that. But, you know, now I can't spend money even if I wanted to because, well, I guess you could still use PayPal or something. I know there's like some ways to still buy SQ, but I never really bought SQ anyway. But yeah, I wouldn't even have the option to whale, so. Okay, so he lost some of his. I'm just gonna NP. I don't know what that's gonna amount to, but I'm gonna do it. Alright, so we'll do this number. I think our second skill is the batteries. We'll do this for the regen. Oh fuck, we don't actually have our NP right now, so we gotta use the battery. Okay, we'll save Jufu's. So we'll go... like that. Yeah, you probably can buy, like, JP Apple cards or whatever, although I don't use Apple, so like, that wouldn't work, but I'm sure there's like Play cards or whatever from Japan. I'm sure if you really want to, I'm sure you still can buy SQ, but I only ever bought SQ for GSSR anyway, and if I just don't do GSSR now, I'm not really crying over that, so it's not really worth me like putting in the effort. Yeah, and you could just make a Google account for Japan, but that's a pain. Like, that's a lot of work, and again, with me not really buying stuff in this game anyway, it's like, I just don't see the point. I'm happy enough not spending money. I'm pretty frugal like that, so. Can you guys stop CCing Jufu every fucking turn? Like, Jesus Christ. Like, I want to use her, third skill, get the 30% battery, but they're not having it. There may be some gimmicks here that I am unaware of. I have no idea what is dictating anything in this fight right now. Boy, I should have brought the anti-charm command code. I did not. I don't remember this stage being like this. I might have to look this up because you're supposed to read, you know, the text. But, yeah, the text is in JP, so I might have to look this up. I have no idea what's going on here. It sucks. The wiki, like, does such a bad job with advanced quests because they kind of just treat them as an event when they launch, so then retroactively trying to find, like, old advanced quests is just absolutely terrible. Like, the wiki doesn't, like, order them based on, like, level or, you know, like, the way they're listed or on the UI and stuff. They just list them in part 1, part 2 based on the release order, and, like, that's just, I mean, it's awful. And you means you have to, like, check every fucking tab every fucking time to find the one you're looking for, which that's just the worst way to do it. Okay, let's see. So when the attack in Sun, they lose their shields. I think they gain it when they attack in the water. The fuck? God, I need to just go to Atlas. Atlas DB is so much better than the wiki now. Has everyone else noticed this? That the wiki has just gone to shit. That, like, they don't update anything anymore. And, like, it's just, I think it's because the game is not really popular in English-speaking countries anymore, so, like, they just don't care. Like, there's not enough people that, like, give a shit anymore. But yeah, the wiki is pretty terrible now. So, nothing on the wiki even says anything about them charming and stunning, so... Great. FGO is still pretty big in Japan. It is less popular in Japan though. Like, absolutely. It has gone down. But it can still do well, but it is so unpopular in the English-speaking side of things. It sucks, you know. I hope they can turn that around. You know, I like the IP and everything, but yeah, they've really struggled. They kind of deserve it though in some areas. I mean, it is what it is. Like, they've done a very bad job with updating the UI. They add content at a complete snail's pace, right? Like, they do not respect their player base very much. Like, their dev practices are shit. I mean, they really are shit. A lot of other games that make less money than them put a lot more effort into their games. So they kind of get what they deserve to an extent. You know, I've never played the game the whale way, but I know enough about the game that I don't need to. Like, I know how the other half lives. Wiki, yeah, I know that Wiki never got the challenge quests. I mean, maybe they do now, but I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't. Okay. I wouldn't say I'm pumped. I mean, like, Lost Belt 6 was pretty shit, so I have kind of whatever expectations. I hope it's good. That's how always with FGO. I'm always hopeful that they will do good things, but they normally don't. And generally, if you want hardcore information now, you have to use Atlas DB. That's like the only way you're gonna get good stuff. So them attacking is what gets rid of their shields. So me attacking right now doesn't do a whole lot. I think. I mean, the wiki barely says anything about this stage, so I still don't really understand what is going on. I remember I used to know this stage pretty well when it came out, like I did it a few times, but I'll just have to figure it out again. Okay, that's easy. Guess I'll do that. I would not be surprised if Lost Belt 7 is 2 parts. So, like, there's a chance we're not even gonna see Ort in any meaningful way. Like, it might be a... Because look at how Greece was, right? They just... We had known about Zeus and going to Olympus and, you know, Zeus being the Lost Belt King and Wadim being there and all that, but when Lost Belt 5 started, you didn't get any of that. They just, you know, created Atlantis to be a sideshow to get on the way to where you were actually going. They could easily just do that again. So we might have to wait another 6 months for, you know, anything tangible. That wouldn't... That's actually kind of what I'm expecting, is the start of Lost Belt 7 to just be made-up filler. Like, just a made-up excuse to have you fight some obstacles that are in your way to go where you're really going. And then we don't get any real progression with the alien god or Ord or any of that stuff for another 6 months. That's actually what I'm expecting. Well, I can NP now. It's just gonna be a little shit, but I guess I'll do it. Won't do much damage yet, but that's probably fine. I can tolerate filler if, like, the gameplay's awesome, the new characters are awesome, right, stuff like that. Because, like, Lost Belt 5-1, the gameplay was not awesome, so that sucked. Like, the gameplay was actually really boring in 5-1. But, you know, the cast was really cool, right? Getting to see Jason again was nice and all that. So I didn't mind it, but it did annoy me that, like, the whole thing I was waiting on is I really wanted to see more of Wadim and Canis and Zeus, right? That's what I wanted to see. And I'm like, yeah, Lost Belt 5 time, and it's like, oh look, none of that. So that kind of sucked. I guess I should have saved that, because she could remove a charm if she's not the one getting hit by it. Time gates are okay if they're really short. Like, for example, I actually think time getting the main story is a good idea if each time gate is only like a day or two. I think that's fine, because then everyone can get on the same page, right? You don't have to worry about spoilers getting out there too quick, right? Everyone just does the segment that's released. Right, now, here's what you do. You don't make like 1,000,000 time gates. Don't do that. Make like 3 time gates, right? You know, beginning, middle, and end, right? And each time gate's just like 2 days. That is actually, I think, the best way to do it. Because then everyone has like 2 days to do each segment of it. I actually think that would be the best thing to do for FGO. Because then everyone talks about like each segment of the story as we go. Right? I think that would be really good, right? But yeah, they either do no time gate or they did. Lost Belt 6 was just awful. I mean, it's like after the first time gate that you hit, you did nothing, right? The first chunk of Lost Belt 6 was such a nothing burger. You fought trash mobs. Oh wow! And then you had to wait like 3 weeks for the next time gate. It's like, okay. Great! Now I'm just sitting around for a month doing nothing. Awesome, right? It was awful, just absolutely awful. So yeah, I hope to God they don't do that again. Like there's a happy medium here, right? Okay, we're getting NP'd. Virtue's probably fine. Do we care if Jufu lives? Do we care if Hans lives? Actually, I think we just cycle. Yeah, fuck it. I don't think we even use the invulnerability. I have no idea what I'm doing right now with this challenge quest. I think I'm fundamentally playing this wrong. I don't even remember what causes the weather to change. I'm pretty sure they lose multiple stacks though if they NP during the sun period. Rip our supports, by the way. So close to NPing again. Yeah, I wish I could just read what the gimmick said, because that would make this a lot easier. Just keep NPing, it'll work out eventually. I remember though, there is a way that you can like laser down their shields. I mean, we're getting through them. They certainly don't do much damage though. I think it's if you hit them in the sun period, they lose a shield. And if you NP them in the sun period, I think they lose 2 shields. And then, I think they gain a shield when they attack during the rain period. I think that's what it is. So really, I should be NPing during the sun period, but I can't help myself. I want to see numbers now. But I hope I'm wrong about everything when it comes to Lost Belt 7, and I hope it's just the most awesome thing ever. And it's got great music, and I'm afraid though they're gonna try to like one-up Fluffy in terms of difficulty, and it's just gonna be free-to-play hell. So I never like when boss fights are like that. Like I want them to be, you know, interesting and engaging and require you to think, and that's all fine. But there are times where like boss fights are basically impossible from like a true free-to-play standpoint, and you have to like, you know, cheese it a little bit for it to be reasonable or not an RNG shit show. That's the big thing. What I find is whenever they make something a bit unreasonable for free to play, you end up needing way more RNG than normal, and I don't like that. Like whenever like you barely have enough value like possible for the free to play units, that means like getting good turns matters a lot more, and yeah, I'm not really a fan of that. Honestly, with all the defense up she has, might not actually need that, but So I guess the way to make this easy is have someone that can do a filler NP when it's sunny. Because just throwing out an NP when it's sunny, like Hohenheim or something. Like actually Hohenheim would be a good unit here because of that. And then they'll ping off a bunch of the shields. Could probably just solo it though pretty easily with the command codes to stop getting from charmed, because then you just be NPing so often that you ping off their shields really quick. Yeah, I might do that real quick right after, just I bet you that works really smoothly. Skill ceiling them is not exactly the best, but it'll be fine. Yeah, this stage is actually probably easier to solo. Although in a team setting, you could like loop with Castoria and shit like that, and you'll get rid of their shields really quick. And you could bring things like Hohenheim, etc. Wow, I like how MASH has every fucking card, so I can only ping off one shield here. Thanks, MASH. Big help. It doesn't work that way. It's not that kind of field gimmick. Also, even if it did work that way, which generally if the background changes, it doesn't. Like, it has to be their buff, right? It's based on this, not actually like a field buff. So, like they have to have the right trait. But it doesn't like. But anyway, even if it did work that way, you would not use him at all because he's RNG as fuck. You would just use like Gwen or you know, Ozzy or something like that. But yeah, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't matter what the field is. It matters what buff they have right here. Yeah, the field is like flavor. I actually have almost lost this. Getting worn down. She can probably kill them right here though. I don't know why I'm doing anti-divinity. That's not going to do shit. If she lives this turn, we'll win for sure because she gets guts back. But she might actually die here. I wish they used fields though in a more organic way, where like, you know, anyone's field effect would change the background, kind of like Arcoade's NP. Also, Unlimited Blade works, by the way. She changed the background. Well, we might lose now, because now he goes berserk, and we have 1,000 health. So if he had killed Virtua there, it would have been up to Mozart. It's a shame that he cast the stun on Mozart, though, because, one, he got all the cards, and then she had the anti-stun thing up. Can she kill it here? Yes, she can. Alright, I bet you that is way easier solo. That would be hilarious if they had Aya get rid of reality marbles, because it does do that lore-wise. They would probably do that if Gil was added today. You know, because let's say... Because here's the thing, a popular unit that's added today, they're going to put a lot more effort into than a popular unit that was added a long time ago. Because people that want Gil have already spent the money on Gil, right? But let's say people have been eagerly awaiting Gil this whole time and they just never added him, and they finally got added. They'd probably give him a crazy unique, you know, toolkit, because he's super popular, right? So getting added later can actually be better in a way like that. Especially if he was added after they'd already made all these field effects and whatnot. But yeah, lore-wise, he does get rid of reality marbles and stuff like that. No dreaming for these lunatics, essentially. Hey, Saber Nero, thank you for the 55 months. But yeah, reality marbles are like a delusion, essentially. And, you know, Aya shows the truth, so it dispels that kind of nonsense. It even dispels the fucking moon cell, like, virtual world, which is kind of crazy. But anyway, that would be really cool if Aya just had a field clear effect. The problem is though, some people that could be a bad thing, right? Because you might like want a field effect. Another thing though is Emiya. If Emiya was added today, I guarantee you he would have a field effect like Arcoade. Like the reason he doesn't is because he's old. But yeah, he would absolutely have that. If maybe someday they'll buff him and add it to him, but kind of doubt it because you know it's kind of they never do buffs and stuff that really like affect the unit like fundamentally. They don't do like reworks and stuff. They should, but they don't. So yeah, I don't really expect them to do anything like that because you'd have to like really change the unit to accommodate that. Because like the field effect needs to then like synergize with their skills or something, you know, like there has to be a reason for the field to change, the air quotes, unlimited blade works, right? Like if it doesn't do anything, what's the point? Where's my level 1 stuff? There we go. Takes so long to do all these little things. He probably doesn't need Atlas, but we'll do it for the cooldowns. But yeah, that'd be pretty badass if they did more with field effects and like, you know, if you use Gwen's thing and actually change it to Sunny and stuff, you know, that'd be really cool. And then you have a few people that can eat it. And like you could have field effects change the background music, but you could, what I would do, again, like the spaghetti code would make this hard for them. This is basic bitch stuff, but like I don't think they could handle it. But anyway, what you could do is like, obviously you still want the boss theme music to play some. So what you do is like, the music changes, right? Like let's say you do Shiki's NP, right? That's not gonna change the field effect. But if you use Shiki's NP, the background music should keep playing, right? You know, Shiki's theme, right? Not just for like the 5 seconds during the NP animation. But the next time the boss NPs, it should go back to the boss theme, right? Do that. Or if something breaks a field effect or whatever. So if you do, you know, Unlimited Blade Works, it should keep playing Emiya's theme until something else, you know, switches the music back. But yeah, the boss NP should always like default back to the boss theme, right? I think that's a great way to balance it. But that's too much for them to handle, right? Yeah, Babbage should really get a field effect as well. He's another one like that. Okay, bonk, bonk, bonk. This really is a stage, though, that rewards soloing because they'll just get to attack so much that you can get through their shield super quick. There's a lot more control over that stuff. I'm gonna be right back real quick, chat. Gotta do something real life, real fast. Alright, I'm back, chat. Chat, though, I would like to point out how ridiculous it is. Like, Aya is so ridiculous in CCC, right? And, like, Gil's being more serious there, and Nasu's talked about that because, like, Gil actually kind of likes the virtual world in CCC and stuff, and, like, humanity is not, like, as shit in his eyes as they normally are. So, like, you know, he's more willing to, you know, try anyway. But like Nasu has like never elaborated. Like it's ridiculous. Aya's like summoning like 3 galaxies or something, and you like blow up like everything, right? It dispels the whole virtual world. It's like, what? Like, what's happening, right? And then Nasu just never explains. Right? He's like, no, we're not explaining this. It's it's like I remember when I first saw that, right? Because I'd read Fate Zero and stuff, and Fate Hollow, so I knew some of the like extra lore back in the day about Aya. Because I remember the olden days in the Fate franchise. Most people thought Aya was just like a glorified Excalibur, and that was it. Like a lot of people in the fandom didn't really know about Fate Hollow, kind of showing that it could do a lot more, and Fate Zero and all that. Like most people didn't read that shit even back then, right? No one read anything. Anyway, so I was in the know about, Aya being abnormally, yikes. But then I remember when I first saw his NP in CCC, I was just like, what the fuck? Like what am I looking at? Like why are there 3 galaxies there? Like what are we doing? Like what does it have to do with anything, right? Like I have no, and to this day I still have no fucking idea. I mean, I kind of get like there's like these 3 cosmic things, right? And Gil's theme's always been called cosmic air, right? So Aya's like space stuff for some fucking reason. And Aya's got the 3 drills, right? And there's like 3 galaxies or whatever. So it's something, but like, I don't fucking know. But yeah, it's just refuse to elaborate essentially. Yeah, and all these years later, Nasu still hasn't really addressed what the fuck is going on over there. Like, would you like to explain that? And he's like, no, not really. And they even like reference it now in FGO, but they still don't explain anything, so. I mean, there are some things about Aya I agree we probably shouldn't know, and that's kind of how it's supposed to be. It's always been that way, right? It's supposed to be like otherworldly and, not of this time or universe or whatever. So I'm not really saying we need to know like the origins of Aya and like what it can truly do and all that. I'm just saying Gil is literally doing something in CCC that is like they don't explain, right? Like normally if like they do, like if Gil does something with Gate that we haven't seen before or whatever, like Nasu will explain it. Like Nasu's explained why Aya's different in Fate Zero than in Fate Night and stuff like that. But it's pretty extreme in CCC and they just don't fucking talk about it. Let's see. There clearly is like a whole story though with Aya because Gil like talks to it like it's a person, and Gil's not like, he's not a normal person, but he's not like that kind of crazy. So there's clearly a reason for that. But like, because Gil doesn't talk to his other things like that. But yeah, Gil talks to Aya like it's a person. That's pretty bizarre. And then, Gil, when he gets serious, has like those markings on his body that match Aya and stuff. And then Aya gets stronger, like based on the user. So it's like tied to your soul or something. Like that's clearly what's going on there. I don't think I'm reading between the lines. Like, they've said this multiple times that Aya is like tied to the user. And it's clearly based on those tattoos. So, something weird is going on. Yeah, he does talk to the chain, but that's because it seems to have like some of like Enkidu's soul still in it or something like that. He doesn't really. The thing is, he doesn't talk to it like that. He talks about it like that, right? It's a little different. Like he literally talks to Aya, right? Which is fucking weird. Where with the chains, it's more like he respects them like they're almost a representation of Enkidu, right? Which makes sense because it's Enkidu's his guy, his boy. But yeah, I think like the chains kind of have just had like a residual like I don't know, influence of Enkidu or something. That's why like they stay loyal to him and stuff like that, even when he loses Gate, etc., etc. Like. They're weird, right? Like they act kind of strangely. So, but yeah, Gil's either absolutely insane or there's something up with Aya, and I don't think Gil's absolutely insane because it's not like if he was like talking to all of his weapons like that, I'd be like, okay, something is wrong with this man. But he doesn't do that. Gil's not like treating all of his items in Gate of Babylon like the One Ring. He's not. What's his name? Gollum. I always forget. Whatever. Creepy guy. It's like Golum, right? That really is a cool NP though, right there. It's pretty neat. 0 damage. Oh fuck, we're in the rain. I wasn't paying attention. Oh my god, I was not paying attention. I should not have done that. I mean, we might loop, so then it won't matter, but if it goes sunlight here, I'm not going to be able to do anything. Oh, look, it's sunlight. Oh, wait, I can battery. Still would have been better not to have NP'd, though. That NP basically did nothing, so that was not ideal. I don't know, she might have a hard time here. I'm sure Gilgamesh has some rings inside of Get a Babylon. Actually, I think they may have already confirmed that. I mean, of course he does. Okay. The defense down. I guess we can remove that because we're probably not gonna get charmed ever because of the command code. Do I rainbow chain here? This seems pretty good. Yeah, whenever Shiro has like tried to look at Aya, it's just like weird, you know, blank thing. I think they're really like implying that it's like from a, you know, another universe, like before the universe, or like a time before time, or, you know, whatever the fuck, you know, it's some shit like that. You know, like whatever it's made out of doesn't exist anymore. That's the thing, like the materials it's made out of don't exist in the universe anymore. So that's why, like, Shiro can't even read it. Okay, this one's got all of the shields now. Okay, it's daytime, so NP good. Not caliber, by the way. You know, chat, that they're going to give an animation update to Enkidu at some point. Probably not for a while, though, because Space Strange fake stuff. But if the game keeps going, they probably will give him one eventually. And he'll probably have guns. I'm pretty sure that's where that's going. Because basically he can use his clay to create like the best weapons of the era, and obviously that's guns. So he already has used guns in the book. So yeah, he's getting kind of Zerker lot stuff. Yeah, Age of Babylon. Clay pack and heat, yeah. Okay, this one's got more health, so I think I smacked that one. Wait, art, or rainbow chain? I think I rainbow. I think I'll get my NP. Even if I don't use Merlin, I think I'll give it. Yeah, oh yeah. We got our NP per turn. Yeah, like he doesn't have to, like he can still make swords and stuff, but he can make weapons based on the era. And then they're not noble phantasms really, because they're made out of, you know, by the earth and shit, but they're like of the same quality of like a top tier noble phantasm. Because like Gil's noble phantasms are better than regular noble phantasms because they're not fakes, and it's not because of the derivative stuff, right? It's not because like you know, what is it? You know, Sword in the Stone is derivative of Sword in the Tree, right? It's not because of that. It's because they're real, right? They're real items, right? That are stored in Gate of Babylon. Where the other noble phantasms aren't actually noble phantasms, really. They're like copies made by the Throne of Heroes, right? So it's kind of weird. Hey Beastly, thank you for the 45 months. I swear though they've like that 45 months, man, Jesus. Anyway, thank you, dude. But I swear they've like forgotten about that stuff. Like they don't remember those kinds of details anymore. Because like Shiro was like, Gil's noble phantasms are of such quality they made the other servants' noble phantasms look third rate, right? It's because again they're real, they're the real deal. But yeah, they don't really reference that kind of shit anymore. Space Strange Fake I think does, but that's because Space Strange Fake is like trying to, you know, remember the past, where Nasu's like, fuck it, I'm gonna make something up now. Okay, they have quite a few shields again. We're about to get pretty blasted. Man, I hope we don't lose this. It'd be embarrassing. I like Fate Strange Fake, but I will say that last volume I was not crazy about. It got really silly. So I'm a little worried going forward. We'll see. Yeah, okay. I still like the characters a lot, and like that writer just always does a good job of writing interesting characters, right? I mean, he always does. So, you know, I like the characters just fine, I like the setting just fine, but it's like the way the plot is moving and, you know, the powers some people have and stuff, it just feels kind of stupid. I'll put it that way. Because like they always had like Hercules Avenger, what felt kind of stupid, and now they're doing like more stuff like that. Like Ishtar's over there charming like objects. Like she can charm missiles. It's like in like a brick. Like that's stupid. Like I mean that's actually stupid. Right? Like that sounds like it makes sense for like 3 seconds. When you don't actually think about it, right? Oh yeah, she's a god of like love and stuff, but then when you actually think about it, it's like, no wait, that's fucking dumb. So yeah, I'm kind of worried. There's just, you know, and like in Kyoto making guns and stuff, it's like it kind of makes sense, but like it's just kind of weird, right? So I don't know. We'll see. Okay, they stunned themselves, so my guts didn't actually get proc. That's probably going to save me because I think I would. Yeah, they get stunned when their shields run out. If they had procced my guts right there, I think we would have lost because I could only kill one of them this turn. So we barely beat this. Like, holy shit. Alright, I'll do double charm resist just to absolutely make sure we don't get scuffed at the end here. And it just feels like he made that up on the spot. And I believe that is the case because the writer even said that he originally was not going to use Ishtar. She wasn't going to like be in Fate Strange Fake that much. Like she was just going to be a little side thing for like, you know, a little bit, and then that was that. But then he like midway in he decided to use her way more because he liked Ishtar in Fate Strange Fake. In Fate Grand Order. That's literally, he literally said that. Like she was not going to play a major role in the story, right? And then because he liked her while writing, like he'd already written a good chunk of Fate Strange Fake, so midway through, because of Fate Grand Order, he was like, oh, I want to use Ishtar more. And so it just kind of feels like he made a lot of shit up on the spot when it comes to Ishtar, and it just feels kind of dumb. Yeah, we actually ended up not needing guts there, but that's because we just got lucky at the end. That was actually really close. Okay, I remember this one's actually pretty tough to solo, but I don't actually remember like what the deal is. I'm actually pretty glad though that we beat this one. Probably make a video of that later. I might do that tonight actually, depending on how much time I've got. She's not really ripped, she just knows how to fight at melee, but she's not actually ripped at all, really. She just punch good. But she's like really normal with her design, which I'm completely okay with, right? Like she's just like super normal. Well, the OVA is going to be like the first like chunk of the first book, I suspect. I'm trying to remember, when did she first show up? The first thing I remember her doing, because I haven't read the first book and the second book in like, you know, 4 years or something. The first thing I remember her doing is punching Hercules in the face, which is hilarious. And that, if I remember correctly, happens the first... Is it the first time Gil fights Hercules? It's either that or the second. I don't quite remember. Not Hercules, but I That might happen in the first book then. I don't know if that'd be in the OVA or not though. Does anyone know how long the OVA is? Because it may not do the whole first book if it's not long enough. So, like, we're probably going to get Enkidu versus Gil though, because that happens quite early on. I don't know though, they might just do like the real beginning stuff, right? It might end like right before Enkidu and Gilgamesh, I'm not sure. I would think though they're going to want at least one big moment, like combat-wise, to really, you know, get people hype. And the first real combat thing is Enkidu versus Gil. So I feel like that is like the most likely thing to get in, unless they like do something really weird with the OVA. Surely they can't do an entire OVA of just summoning servants? Oh, yes they can, especially Fate Strange Fate, because there's so many factions and characters and like weird backstory going on and stuff, so they absolutely could. Like I mean, actually quite easily they could. I just don't know if they'd want to because, you know, you want a degree of hype, you know, to get people going, so. Oh, it happens in volume 2? Okay, that's not gonna happen then. I think at most, what we might see is Enkidu versus Gil, and that might not happen, but I think they'll probably do that. Okay, so let's go with a Gundam. That sounds good. We haven't used him in a while. Dude, he looks so badass. I wish his gameplay was better. His gameplay is just very vanilla. And it's kind of fun, right? Like the ramp up thing is kind of fun. Like I don't hate it. It's just not super like powerful. And I don't need it to be like crazy powerful, but it's not even like he's not even like Tesla tier, right? Like he's kind of just alright, right? Like, yeah, he does okay, but absolutely nothing special here, gameplay wise. We'll probably see Richard the Lionheart getting arrested. That'll probably happen. Pretty sure that happens really early on, off memory. I hope we just get like voice actors for all the main cast. I really want to hear like voice acting for dude, is it weird that, and I'm kind of scared that he's gonna get the VC Braun treatment where he won't get any screen time, but I'm really excited for Alexander Dumas. Even though he's like, I don't know how to put it, but he's a character, but I really want to, I just hope he's done right. I hope his voice acting is good. And then I hope he gets an FGO and he's a budget unit. Like, I really want that. Like, I'm really excited for him, so. You know, art support. I really don't, I'm so desperate for him to be a low star because I want to be able to use him like frequently. You know, I only like work in high stars like for one-off videos now and then, or if like it's really thematic and stuff like that. So if he ended up being a 4-star, I probably wouldn't use him super often, which sucks because I really want to. So I really hope he's a low star, and he makes so much sense as a low star. Like it'd be like super logical for him to be one. Okay, the enemy is like an Oni. Is this the anti-demonic one? I can't remember what this one does entirely. I gotta look this one up. Let's see. Having to find this command code in such a convoluted way. There it is. This is plus 15% damage to demonic and then 15% to Sky or Earth servants. Well, I do think the Oni's demonic, so that's 15%. There's probably something better than that, but I'll go with that. Star Bomb, maybe? Yeah, Vagabond's good for everything, especially melee oriented. Like if you're doing something really extreme with like int. He's like anything melee and then generally like faith as well, but like int is the one thing he's not great for. I really want to play or stream Elden Ring today, but I might put it off until tomorrow because I do kind of want to make an FGO video because it's been a while. And I'd like to stream a new game. It doesn't have to be like new in terms of release, but I want to like just play something random, just like a one-off stream or whatever. I think that'd be good. There were some games on Steam that really cheap that I have not played that I might like maybe try streaming, like I don't know, Xenoverse 2 or something silly like that. I'm so not interested in Sekiro though, so I don't know about that. It's also, it never goes on sale for very much. It goes on sale for like, you know, $40. I'm like, okay, great. You know, meanwhile, you got all these other games that are like $5, so I'm like, okay, I'll get that instead, thanks. Where the hell is my Gundam? I'm staring at the screen here and I just cannot find him. Where my boy at? Oh, there he is. Generally, if they're like in this row and they're not in the very top, I'm like least likely to see them. I've noticed that over the years. Hey, boy. Oh, right. You like fight him and then he retreats and then you fight him again. It's like a whole thing. Alright. Do I whip the heal for a little bit more damage? I mean, it's quite a bit more damage, so yeah, I think I will. Dude, look how big this guy is. Jeez. Absolute unit. I normally will buy like maybe 1 or 2 games if there's a good sale going on. I try to maintain a degree of self-control. Okay, Rainbow Chain. Wait a minute. If he gutses, I think he retreats. I think I need a not break. That sucks. So I probably shouldn't have put the stuff on cooldown then, but I don't think it'll matter. Hey, Alan. Is Sonic Frontiers worth it? I've heard mixed things. I've heard some people say it's good, I've heard other people say it's not, and I haven't really seen like much in the way of gameplay of it. I'm kind of curious. You know, Sonic's been like really up and down throughout the years, and a lot more down, I would say, than up. Okay, stars are the most important. Probably still Rainbow Chain though, if you like art. Buster quick. I think there are some Sonic games that have legitimately been really fun, especially the 2D ones. There's been a lot of shite. Like Sonic Mania is good shit. The old classic, you know, Sonic and Knuckles 3, that's some good stuff. Sonic CD. I actually never played that one, but I know of it. Alright, so I think they do something where like you want to kill them all at the same time. I remember this being a lot harder for a single target because of that. So I guess I just NP them. Try to make stars again. I probably should have cast one of my skills there to the one that ramps up. Yeah, actually, I played, I don't remember which one, but I did play one of the Sonic Advance games, like in the old Game Boy era, and those were actually pretty solid. Never played Sonic Riders. Played Kirby Air Ride though, which actually, unironically, that's a damn good game. I gotta say, I don't generally even like racing games, but man, Kirby Air Ride, not only is it good and just fun, but there's so many game modes and like so much variety. That is a shockingly good game. Like if you're bored, right, and you need something to do, and you haven't played it, I'm telling you, get like Dolphin Emulator, because that's a great emulator. It's super easy to use. It doesn't take a lot of like specs to run it. It's like Dolphin is like the smoothest emulator that's ever existed. So just download Dolphin Emulator, get Kirby Air Ride. You got plenty to do, right? You will not be bored with that game for a while. You get like, see, City Trials fucking awesome, dude, and you have that top-down mode and all the mini games and shit like that. Yeah, that game will give you a good time for quite a while. The control, okay, to be fair, Frank, how old were you? Because, not to be mean, but you were probably just an idiot kid. Because that game is like incredibly simplistic controls. It's a Kirby game, right? So I don't think the game has like some convoluted control scheme that anyone's gonna have a hard time wrapping their head around. I think you were probably just young and stupid, because most of us are. Like most of us when we're like kiddos or fucking idiots. Like 19 or 20? What do you mean? What do you mean you can't wrap your head around Kirby Air Ride? Like it's like the control stick and the A button. It's really simple. Like if you like literally never played a video game before, now I just feel bad, but like Jesus Christ, like what? I'm actually a toxic streamer apparently. I just kept crashing into walls. Gotta be careful with the turning, you know? God, I'm dying over here. I'm actually toxic on accident. Alright, let's see here. Maybe you just picked it, because I remember, it's been a while since I played it, but I remember Air Ride, there's definitely some rides that are like some of them are very gimmicky and like hard to use. So if you, what were they called? What was the one that couldn't turn unless you were charging, and then when it charged, it stayed completely still? What was that one called? But like if you pick that, you're gonna have a bad time, because I remember that one, it literally can't turn. It can only go straight forward, and if you want to turn, you have to hit like charge up, and then you have, which makes you stop completely. That was like such a. So yeah, if you pick that one, I would understand you having a terrible time. And then there was like a junk star or something, and it like ran out of gas. It couldn't move. Yeah, I remember there was a few of them that were like super gimmicky to play. That would be very awkward. But yeah, you just play like, you know, Warp Star or was it Glide Star, Shadow Star, all those are like pretty simple. Maybe I should not have cast that Guts, I guess we'll see. Has anyone ever played, I've never been like too bad about this, but this has happened a few times where you're like, okay, so normally let's say you're playing a game with your friend, right? Maybe you're playing, you know, Gundam Evo or Overwatch or, you know, CSGO or something, right? Fortnite, whatever, right? Team-based shooter or just any kind of team-based PvP game, right? And generally, if your friend is doing something really stupid, you'll let them down easy, and you'll kind of, you know, be nice about it, right? Where some random guy on your team is being a fucking moron, you'd be like, oh my god, this Roadhog is, you know, being such an idiot, or, you know, he just, you know, fell off the map, what a moron, right? Or this Lucio just ulted at the worst time, or this GM sniper can't land its headshots, right? You'll say something kind of mean like that. But has anyone ever had that moment where you don't realize your friend is playing that character, and you just see something really mean like that? You're like, God, this fucking idiot GM sniper is throwing because they can't land any shots, and you realize it's your friend, you're like, ah, shit. I've only done it a couple of times, and the thing is, I was correct though, like, they were playing really bad, right? They were making really bad mistakes. But yeah, generally if it's like someone that you're on like a call with, or your actual friend, you know, you'll be nicer about it. Or if it's some random that can't hear you, you'll just vent and be like, yeah, this fucking idiot's throwing, right? But yeah, I've done that a few times. Like, I think I've done it to Poi actually a few times, where like Poi will be playing something and I say that to my friends in general. I mean, fair enough. Poi is like, I don't know how to put this. Like, Koi's a pretty cool guy. You know, he's friendly. But when he's playing a PvP game, he is toxic as fuck. And I don't mean like, he's not like yelling or anything, something like that. He just will say like really provoking things to the enemy team. Like all of the time. Like he'll just sit there and concoct like this sentence to trigger the shit out of them. Right? He's way worse than Cairo. Cairo gets like pissed, right? Cairo like doesn't like stupidity and stuff, and he'll like, you know, like get like annoyed at the enemy team when they're doing like, you know, lame shit or whatever. That's not what Koi does. Like Koi like will just concoct like troll statements to like piss them off. Right? Like I play with Cairo and Koi together like all the time, right? And you know, Koi is like actively looking to fuck with people. Oh, I remember this stage. This guy debuffs the shit out of you every time he attacks, so you want to bring debuffs to their command codes, which I didn't do, so we're just gonna have to deal with it. That's all heal right here, so heal boost, cluster last. Well, see, there's a difference though between like mocking a friend and like, you know, the boys do that all the time. I mean, any group of guy friends knows what I'm talking about. You know, you kind of, you know, give shit to your friends, but you know, you're doing it in like a joking way, and you know, that's like the thing where when you're like actually raging at a teammate being bad, that's pretty different, right? And generally you'll try to like, you know, you won't say it in the same way to a friend like you would an actual random that can't hear you especially. Okay, so we need to do a lot of damage here because we're about to go into debuff hell. So I play with Cairo a decent amount in Gundam Evo, and I've seen him be accused of cheating many times. Also of being like super sweaty and always playing the game, which is funny because he's like in college and shit, he actually doesn't play it that much. It's just when he does have free time, that's what he plays. Like anytime he has free time for a video game, he always plays Gundam Evo. So like Cairo's the highest level like I've ever seen. But like anytime I play with him, the other team is always bitching because Cairo's such high level. And he gets accused of cheating all the time and all kinds of stupid stuff. So we're gonna lose. I think we are not really doing that much damage right now. Okay, I can heal again, so I should probably need to heal boost here. No, yes, I need to heal boost here. But I want to do Merlin. I guess art, quick art. Oh, fuck, that sucks. We can try Tesla. That's tough though, like at the end here, this guy is giving me some problems. And if I brought debuff clear command codes, that would definitely help. But he does a shocking amount of damage. I guess it's that attack up gimmick he has. Pretty big. See, the problem now is I have got double attack down, and I'm gonna get even more attack down. Actually, I'll only get one more because Guts will cancel his turn. That actually helps. Wait a minute. I'm doing heal boost heal though. Okay, I should have done that. Okay, healing, not worth it. This guy does too much damage anyway. So Gundam Boy here might be able to do this anyway, but we'll have to play it differently. Actually, I think we're taller than the Oni by a little bit. Although the Oni, I'm not sure he's standing up straight. He kind of is. I mean, his legs are kind of at the side, right? It's not like his hips are not normal. They're not human, so. But yeah, we definitely are taller than him. Well, this is our last turn. Careful, Ziggy. No choking to death. I actually have like such a fear of that, where like one of my regulars dies and I don't know. It's like really random and kind of depressing, but like I hate that idea so much. Be responsible is what I'm getting at here. No dying before the boomer. Alright, now, he might be able to do it with better command codes, but let's use Tesla, just, you know, mix it up. Yeah, if it was like, you know, a mod, I might find out about it, but a lot of like the random, you know, like my regulars, a lot of them I don't think I would find out. Seems unlikely. Let's see here. So we need debuff clear. The problem is the defense downs are gonna suck up a lot of them, so you can only limit it a little bit. I almost wonder if you just want to go damage, damage, damage. The chains work really different on JP than NA right now. The best way I can explain it is like if you use one card of each color, what you actually care about then, okay, so on an A, right, you care more about the first card bonus than you do about like the third, what card is in second or third place, right, because they're stronger in second and third place. On JP, if you're using one of each color, this only applies if you're using one of each color, you get all of the first card bonuses no matter what order they're in. So first card bonus doesn't matter at all. You're still getting it, but it doesn't matter. So all you care about is how, the more you care about the card, the farther you put it in the chain, right? So if you care about art the most, you put art the farthest in the chain, right? If you want stars the most, you put it farthest in the chain. If you want damage the most, you put the buster farthest in the chain, right? And if you want some weird hybrid stuff, then it can, you know, really vary. But yeah, basically, if you're using one of each color, all you care about is the more you want the thing, the farther in the chain you put it, essentially. So it's kind of like the opposite of when you don't do a rainbow chain. But I kind of like it because you still obviously do chains without rainbows from time to time, especially in team play. So it just gives you more to think about, so I like it. Yeah, overall, I think the rainbow change was super good for the game, actually. That's one of the few decisions they've made that I was like, yeah, okay, that was good. And it's just, a lot of units, their peak value didn't change very much, but and even in team play, a lot of times your peak value doesn't change very much, but your consistency goes up significantly, especially if you play smart, and that's really good. Isn't there a debuff clear command code that specifically gets rid of attack up or defense down, or attack down or defense down? Let me look this up. I feel like that's a thing. Let's see, the debuff removal. So there's lots for dots. There's one for defense down. It's like the sub one with Star Bomb. The Ushi one. Yep, there's this Chibi Ushi one. Okay, that's super good here. That is super good here. Actually, I think you put that on the art card. Where did it go? Fuck. There it is. Okay, then... So you could bring the defense removal one, so then when you do a normal... Like in a rainbow chain, you could set it so you remove the defense down, with the defense down removal specifically, so then the generic defense, or debuff removals would be more likely to get the attack down. So in that kind of combo, you would do like, probably Buster Quick Art, so you'd put it on Buster. I'll try it, this might not be worth it at all, but it's an okay command code anyway. It's kind of awkward though, because then like this one, not necessarily as good. Might be better to just do the generic one. On this instead, but I like the Star Bomb. Yeah, I'll keep it. And then we'll do this one here. Okay, this might be wrong though, because I'm so anti-debuff, I actually have no damage command code, so that could be a mistake. I have faith that if I croaked, my brother would let people know. Like, you know, he knows I stream and stuff. So I think he would say so. I would certainly hope so. I would never ghost my stream. Like, if I ever decided to stop streaming or whatever, which I don't really have any plans of doing, but if for whatever reason I decided to like stop doing online stuff, I wouldn't just vanish. I would never do that. There's actually a YouTuber that, really niche YouTuber, really small channel, but he made a lot of like EDF content and stuff, and he just completely disappeared all of a sudden, and a lot of people think he passed away. It sucks. Because he was really small, so you know, there wasn't like a lot of attention on him and stuff. But yeah, just out of nowhere, he just vanished. Now, it's possible that he just like rage quit the internet, because people absolutely do that. But yeah, it's totally possible, and that really sucks. But yeah, that's life, man. It's part of it. I would actually really like a class-based campaign because I could get 2 that way. Like, right now, like, I do want to roll to get Q, but I don't want to be super stupid with my SQ, right? But, like, if Q is rated up or a slash banner, you know, getting Q copies is not stupid. That's my top fucking priority. But yeah, you could get a Asclepius coin, Bedivere coins, those kinds of things. Let people grab a low star you want. Why would I be talking about Berserker 2 if I'm talking about a Lancer banner? What? I like how people have this idea that like, it's just so easy to 123 stars, and it's just, but they haven't 120 to 3-star. It's like, it's so much easier to 120 to 5-star. Like, you just roll when they're rated up and you get a fuckload of coins per copy and you're done. Right, with 3 stars, it's like you get 15 coins. Do you realize how many copies of that character you need to 120 them? I mean, you don't need to listen to the entire stream. I literally said it like 5 seconds ago. Like, I don't know how you'd even be responding. This happens sometimes when I stream. Like, I'll say something very specific that someone is, like, directly responding to, but they clearly didn't listen to what I was saying. Now, to be fair, you know, I mean, I make this mistake too, where you just, like, miss a word or, you know, aren't paying attention enough. But, like, it's always weird to me. Like, I'll be talking about, like, how much I, you know, don't like a character, and then someone's like, are you pulling for that character? That's not the best example, but, like, shit like that, it's like, what? Anyway, I'm going on a completely pointless tangent here. So we need to kill this guy immediately so he doesn't hit us. We're gonna NP the ne'er-do-wells. So I think we just do Buster quick because... No, I can do a Rainbow Chain. Do it like that, that's fine. Like, this instance is not... I'm not going to conflate here, right? It just reminds me of it. I'm not saying you're doing what I'm saying, but there have been times like I'll be talking about like, you know, a specific plot point or like a character I'm trying to, you know, get a copy of or not, like I'm not rolling because of X or whatever. You know, I'll be talking about something very specific and then someone will like immediately ask me about that topic in like a way where they clearly weren't listening to what I was just saying. It's like, what the fuck? Also, I will say Ku is like really hard because you can't pass on his passives because they're too good, right? Like, so for example, let me find a unit here. I gotta, the units that are coming to mind, like I'm really aware of what their passives are. They're really good, and that's why I'm really aware what their passives are. It's like Charlotte, right? Charlotte's anti-berserker, right? So I can't use her as an example. Bertra, let me see what Bertra's stuff is. Anti-Avenger. Okay, actually, and Virtua's good for another reason, so I will use her as an example. I'm gonna look her up though, make sure she is anti-Avenger here. Okay, so it's not just because of the third passive. That's not it. That's not the only reason, right? So let's look at Virtua. Virtua has anti-Avenger. That's garbage, right? She's a farming like AoE Lancer, right? This is nothing. And then because she's AoE and very team-based, she's not like soloing a lot or last man standing. Because last man standing you might do in a team setting, but they're going to extra attack a lot, right? Units that are last man standing or solo type units, they're going to extra attack often, right? Virtua, not really going to do that. Now, she can NP often, so it's easier for her to extra attack, but it's not that big of a deal. So on Virtua, it's really easy to pass on her extra attack up, and it's really easy to pass on her Avenger up. So, you know, that saves you 240 coins, right? That's a lot. Where, like with Ku, he has anti-Berserker, and he is like a challenge quest unit, a last man standing unit, so like being good against Berserker is great, so you can really fuck them up. He's going to get to attack that same Berserker over and over and over again, so that's super strong. And then because he's a last man standing unit or a solo unit, he's going to extra attack constantly. So both his anti-Berserker and extra attack up are a really big deal for him. They will affect his gameplay significantly, so you don't want to pass on those. But you don't want to pass on his level ups either. So the total amount of coins you need for Ku are just massive. And everyone obviously wants their starting NP passive, and Ku's no exception there, but it's just all the more things you need to get coins for. So when you really look at just the absolute, like, insane amount of coins you need for Ku's passives, especially his first and third, but like all three of them, and then getting to 120, that is a lot of Ku copies, and he's only worth, you know, 15 bloody coins. And like, I'm proof of this. I am a huge Ku fan. My Ku has been Bond 15 for quite a while now, right? And you get the maximum amount of like retroactive coins with Bond 15, right? Like, so I couldn't have more free-to-play coins if I tried for Ku. I have the most, right? And I've been, you know, I've literally been using rare prisms to get FP to try to get Ku copies. And you know, although I'm sitting on like 1,000 SQ, since then I had like almost 2,000 SQ, I think, when the coin system dropped. So between that SQ and all the SQ they've given out, I've used a lot of SQ since the coin system dropped, and you know, I still don't have them at 120. Now I do have 2 passives though, but like it's not easy. Like truly, like fully maxing out a 3-star is an absolute nightmare. So now I'll say this though, Ku, it sucks because a lot of the low stars since the coin system has dropped have actually gotten rate ups. They've had a lot of random 3-star rate ups, like Hector, what's her name, Kiyohime, although she's popular, so I guess it's not random, but like Kiyohime's had a rate up, Caesar's had a rate up, Hector's had a rate up, I think what's his name, William Tell's had a rate up, I know what Robin Hood's had a rate up. Like there's been quite a few, you know, 3-stars that have had rate ups. So if you're like, okay, I'm just gonna suck it up and, you know, use the SQ now and just get them, you've had options. Ku has had 0 rate ups since the coin system dropped, and there's been no Lancer banners, right? There's never really, the best opportunity Ku fans have had is White Day. That's like the only thing they've had, and that's okay, but that's not as good as like a Lancer banner. Honestly, if I don't have like Ku at 120 and his second passive by next White Day, I'll probably just roll then. Like, just fuck it. Now, I literally need 1 Ku copy to get 120, but then I need a fuckload to get his second passive, so I still have a ways to go for maximum Ku, but you know, we're getting there. Alright, we'll make stars here. It's pretty likely that I'll get at least 1 Ku. Like, hopefully they just add 1 unit in Lost Vault 7. Then I'm like, you know what, I kind of want that, right? Like a new 4-star or a 3-star or whatever. And so I'll probably get 2 in Lost Vault 7. And maybe I'll get them from FP before that. But yeah, I'll probably get 120 Ku around Lost Vault 7. I'd love to do it before Lost Vault 7, but... Star coins, yeah. Not great. I tell you, unlimited 4 stars are also pretty bad. See ya, Ziggy. Okay, I want to cast my first skill, but we're gonna want the stun. The stun means he can't debuff me. I don't think I guts yet, although the defense up would certainly be nice. Do I guts then? Fuck, I think he wants default Mystic Code. Fuck, I'll wait 1 turn. We'll go full NP gain here. Sucks I don't have my NP gain up. I'd get my NP here for sure if I had it. I was really hoping for something to crit. I think we'll get it off of the enemy attacking us. God, that extra attack is so badass, dude. We barely got it. Dude, I know, it's so much worse if you have NP5 Bedivere before. People, I don't think, get that. It's so bad, because like, if you didn't have Bedivere yet, it's so easy to justify rolling to get them, because you just want to get them, you know, the NP ranks anyway, and you use the coins while you're at it. Dude, I hate it. It is so stupid. Like, all my ult accounts that are, like, newer get to roll for a Asclepius on, like, story banner after doing Love Ball 4, and then you get Asclepius coins, and you get a starting NP passive, right? And then my main can't. It's so fucked up. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Bedivere fans are already they're having it pretty bad. At least he's worth 30 coins, but yeah, it's not great. If I was as big of a Bedivere fan as I am a Coup fan, I would probably just roll story until I got him. Because that's more viable. Because I've almost done that for Coup. You guys don't understand. I have almost just sat down and rolled story until I get Coup finished. But one, I did the math, and it's just like, I don't have that much SQ set up. And then Q's only 15 coins per, but Bedivere's 30 coins per. So, yeah, I probably would have done it. I did that, painful but needed, yeah. Dude, and dude, it's so dumb. I got Bond 15 too. Like, so many people don't have Bond 15s, right? Like, and I just can't get 120. It's so frustrating. Alright, we should stun here. That's really good. I think I Rainbow Chain. Looping is really, really strong here. I mean, you probably will get Morgan if you're on an A. Like, if you're trying to get like super maxed out Coup caster, you probably will get Morgan, right? Because you're going to need quite a few copies, even though he is worth 30. Unless you're at like Bond 15 or whatever, but you're probably going to get her. Unless you get really lucky and you get those 2 copies really fast, but... 2 turns on our skills. Thanks for the confidence. Yeah. I just know the math, dude. It's like, 3-star read-ups aren't the best, so it takes a good chunk of... If you look at the average SQ to get like a healthy chunk of a 3-star, you're in the SQ range where you're likely to get the 5-star, right? Like, it just is what it is, so... I don't have any debuffs yet. Got my NP gain. I think we rainbow and then focus on NP gain over everything else. Dropping the lightning off. Dude, his animations are so good. And like, they were lazy with them. They barely reanimate him ever, but it looks super good regardless, and it works on archers generally, so... Ooh, we got our NP. We also got debuffed in the fucking Hades, but what can I do here? I could remove one of the attack ups before the NP by doing this. That's really awesome. I think it's worth it, honestly. And then the latest one is a defense down one. I mean, how much do... I'm trying to think, how much do I care about... I think right now looping is actually better than getting rid of the debuff. so I think I actually do this. Well, see, the best place to be in is if you're a Caster 2 fan, is if you're also a Morgan fan, right? Because then you can do both, right? And that's not so bad. So that's a good place to be in. I'm always hoping like Ku would get a rate up, and then like another unit is rated up that I like, and then that'd be fantastic. But I mean, dude, I'm pissed that Ku's teammates had a rate up and fucking Ku hasn't. This is stupid. Hime actually got one pretty quick, if I remember correctly, after the point system got added. Oh, look, I can loop again. Unfortunately, I am indeed still in debuff hell. Okay, I think now I need to remove an attack down, because I'm just not going to do any damage otherwise. If I do the quick, I can rainbow, so I think I do that, and I get rid of a defense down. We're close to winning, but you really run out of steam when you got this many debuffs on you. Having your own debuff clear skill would make this so much easier, or debuff immunity, or even debuff resistance. Just guarding some of this would really help out. Okay, thankfully he can't debuff me here. So, rainbow and do this first to get rid of the attack down. And then just double... Yeah, I have to skip out on the crits, but it's probably worth it so I actually can do damage. Yeah, once you get rid of these attack downs, you really do damage. Like, this extra might even kill him. Nah, not quite. We got him, though. He can only attack down me once. Oh, interesting. He only applies the debuffs with his regular attacks, not his NP. And see, we had one more turn. Yeah, Tesla's doing pretty good there. I mean, that was tough. Like, this guy's no joke, man. Like, with his damage output, yeah, whatever this attack up is, it's pretty damn huge. Because, like, he fucks you up pretty quick. And, like, Tesla's got the nice defense buff and all that. Alright, though, we win. Yeah, Arjuna would probably slaughter this because he's got like 12 turns of debuff immunity, so... And also, he heals for like, 5k a turn with the command code, so the enemy's damage output would be so much lower. Tesla was like really good for being a bad unit for the stage, if that makes any sense, because he doesn't have anti-debuff, right? He doesn't get his niche there for like really big damage, but like stunning meant the enemy couldn't attack you, which means he couldn't debuff you. So that was kind of like a poor man's way of dealing with the debuffs. It's a 50% attack up. Yeah, that would make sense to me. But yeah, I'm having to exert a fair bit of willpower to not roll for Moriarty. But like, they could add to, main story often adds things that I like, and I may not like them as much as Moriarty, but they might add a low star, and I need that for like budget stuff and everything. So it makes sense to wait. I bet you everyone is rolling that doesn't have her is rolling for that. That's like a a pre-banner that'll actually get a lot of people because she's so meta. All right, boys, I think I'll wrap up there. It's getting a little late. I think I'll go make a video, record some footage and stuff. So probably no Elden Ring today. I'll try to do that tomorrow though. And maybe it's one of these days though. I really want to stream something stupid. I want to like stream like a random video game or whatever. Just mix things up a bit. Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. That was kind of fun doing the some of these stages. I had a good time. But I will see you guys soon. Let's see, when's the Arc Knights event? I think people said the 25th, so that's tomorrow. Am I right? Is Arc Knights tomorrow? We'll probably stream some of that. The Undertides, that's a pretty fun one. All right, boys, I'm out of here. Stream WarioWare. Let me see if there's anybody I can raid real quick. My Twitch isn't loading, so okay, I don't care, whatever. I'll just raid Cairo. That's just my go-to thing. Get you all channel points. Yeah, Twitch was being a shit there. Anyway, I'm out of here. I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care.